retail chains like Reliance Fresh and so many other which have come up in last a decade or so. People have a lot of choices now. If the product is not properly packaged, properly branded, then people go for the alternative products, and people have become very sensitive to the brands. So, and we need to understand one thing, that we have the local market, but there is a limit to that. So we need to see how these women can be organized on the product lines, and powerful interventions can be made to see that the packaging of the product which they are producing is enhanced, then design of the product is also is as per an equivalent to the products which are available at the national and international level. And then the branding. So these aspects are very, very essential when we think of kind of scaling up the activities, and want to see some kind of economic gain for them. So in that regard, I think a lot of initiatives are happening on the ground, and lot more need to happen. I would just give the example of a brand called Lizzat Papad. So here, what they do is basically they leverage the inherent skills of the women to prepare this kind of products. They have the very standard product mix. They prepare the dough and give it to the group of women, and there is a center which will give the dough and then collect the papads in the evening. So that way, women, the very rudimentary skill or the traditional skill, which we can say is being used, and they can earn the livelihood. On the similar line, we can develop many products in our state. Say the Keonjhar Badi. Now, Keonjhar Badi, we all know, we are so fond of it, but we don't see that in the supermarket. So to take that to the supermarket and then to the export market, I think uh, we should work on that as to how we can work on the models like that. And then we have whatever potential we have in every area. In fact, Odisha is blessed with such a diverse agroclimatic conditions, such a fantastic handmade and handicraft products. But uh, the kind of horizontal expansion and standardization, and then the assembly line of many products which need to be developed, we are yet to do a lot of work on that. And then we need to kind of see that how what kind of role can be assigned at various levels in this overall kind of women CBOs. Like there is a role for producer groups, then the producer companies. Uh, like there can be so many SHGs working in various districts. Their works can be kind of linked with common supply of common input material, then standardized packaging, and then the aggregation and proper branding. So many products on that line can be developed. So from OLM side, we have already kind of nurture 2,900 producer groups for last say more than 5 years. Then we are about to uh, mobilize women in 2,000 more producer groups, and then around 5 lakh women SHGs are under the fold of Odisha Livelihood Mission. And so the saturation under model under which NRLM project is working is now getting stabilized this year, and then we are now focusing on the livelihood activities. So in that we are trying to we have identified some livelihood options in every district, and then to the block point also, where there is a major livelihood kind of potential which is there in the district, and then uh, down the line in the block also. So on the basis of that, we are trying to mobilize the groups into producer groups and try to see as to how we can develop the value chains. We can rope in some big buyers. We can try and see how some of the big food processing industries they come to the state, and then we have some homegrown brands like say Bharat Masala is there, Ruchi is there. So we could see that a lot of their input that it comes from outside. It comes from Andhra, it comes from Tamil Nadu, it comes from Rajasthan. So now we are trying to see as to how these inputs can be produced within the Odisha with some kind of a buyback arrangement and things like that. So like they want some kind of a they want say the turmeric with certain level of curcumin value. So we have huge production of turmeric uh, in say Kandamal district, but it is not of a commercial quality. So how we can uh, see that the turmeric which is being produced is is uh, is kind of suitable to the processing market, so that uh, the inherent ability of our farmers to produce turmeric can get transformed into their economic well-being. So many times the turmeric from Kandamal it cannot compete with the turmeric from Andhra and Tamil Nadu, because the productivity wise it is very less and it is not suitable for the processing industry. So but it has other aspect, like it has a very high content of oil. So now we are working on something on a proposal whereby we can extract the oil from the turmeric, and it also has a very high value, like 1 kg of turmeric oil is worth 15,000 rupees. So this kind of options are there, like for the uh, uh, say the food processing industry, the chili which is being produced in most of our coastal area is not being prepared for the processing industry. So it needs uh, chili which is produced in areas like Kuchinda. So it is the production is very less. So we need to kind of expand that. So for all this to happen, the mobilization of farmers is very essential, and I think in that many options are available. First is the aggregation, whereby the it can happen at the level of SHG, then it can happen at the little higher level, say the producer group, where 100 or 150 farmers can come together, and then at the producer company level, where around 500 farmers can come together. So aggregation is one thing. Second is basically some kind of processing, whereby uh, we process the produce for some brands. Like Britannia company doesn't produce any biscuit. The biscuits are being produced by some small factories, and they just brand those things in the market. Similarly, we can have produce tie-ups with some big brands, whereby the the processing can be done at the level of the SHGs and the
Every light
producer group.
just
And then the branding can be done by
lying.
the these companies. So this is one option, and then we can work on something like contract farming also. That is very, very essential, that whatever we produce should be should be as per the requirement of the uh, consumers for the processing industries. So unless that happen, I think the jump in the income will not come. And we are trying to identify such a potentials. Not only this, but there are so many other areas where tremendous potential exists, like the pisciculture, then the poultry, backyard poultry, then goatery. So all these traditional allied activities in the villages can be made more productive with enhanced productivity by small interventions, like say in case of goatery, say the deworming, then uh, proper feed to them, then other the uh, uh, basically the breed improvement and all these things bring about a lot of enhancement in the income of the poor. So all these, because when we talk about women, we have SHG group from the very interior areas where the primitive tribes live, to the areas, developed areas like Puri and uh, Khurda. So there are innumerable number of options are available. Recently, we did one project called Nutri Garden, which is being done by the OLM, whereby 2 decimal land in the backyard of the family is being developed into a nutrition garden, whereby around 13 to 14 number of vegetables and some fruit plants they are being grown on organic manner. And they are basically this whole concept is for the consumption, so that their nutritional status and dietary diversity can be enhanced. So this we are doing for around 5 lakh families this year. And for this we have identified some 500 SHG groups to take up the nurseries to supply drumstick and papaya seedling to these nutri gardens. Now all these 500 SHG groups can be transformed into nursery entrepreneurs, whereby year long they can produce various kind of fruits, vegetables, seedlings. Not only that, they can also produce the flowering seasonal flowering plants and then supply to the nearby areas, because in a lot of places now there is demand for flowering plants as well. So these kind of avenues are there in immense number, so we need to capitalize on these kind of things. So we are working on all these aspects. There are like for the producer group, there is the provision for the like initial grant for their capacity building and institution building. Then there is a provision for working capital. Then they can be linked with the banks now. And for the producer company also, we have similar grants. And we have tied up around 11 uh, organizations of national repute recently, to help us in various aspects of this uh, SHG base and producer this FPO base livelihood interventions. So some of these organizations, they have demonstrated very good livelihood models. Some of them will be helping us in value chain development and other things. So I think this kind of opportunities are there in innumerable numbers, and OCF can sign an MOU with OLM, and we can have some kind of formal understanding, whereby some of the professionals can adopt some of the clusters, some farmer producer organizations, or some SHG clusters, and give them mentor them to on various aspects which they are being expert in, so that we can enhance. I'll give a small example from Mayurbhanj, where I was working as a collector. We did a very small intervention that time to kind of work on the value chain of sabai grass. So sabai grass is basically it is being sold traditionally by making ropes to the in a local market. Then we saw the potential, since it is non-perishable and people are quite familiar with that. So we rope in uh, some organizations like NIFT, then NID, and then we developed the craft out of the sabai, and slowly it caught the imagination of people. Then Fab India tied with them. Now they have their own e-commerce website. Then they have the showroom in Baripada, showroom in Bhubaneswar, and recently they have got the export license also. So from a very humble beginning, now their turnover is more than 3 crores. So I think these kind of possibilities are there everywhere in Odisha. So but to begin with, since they are not organized properly, they have not seen the market, they have not seen the opportunities. Now when we talk about new normal, we need to see that without physically seeing the product, how we can reach out to the consumer. So in that, the role of e-commerce is very, very important. So all these opportunities are there, and I think Odisha is one of the state where we have very good institutions in terms of the CBOs, that is the SHGs and the federations of SHGs, and we can leverage that for bringing in bigger transformations in the rural areas. And for that, lot of interventions and lot of partnerships and much more tie-ups are required. So I would look forward for any kind of help which is available through this organization. So thank you so much, sir. I think let me stop here, and then maybe in a discussion, if I need to add something, I will be very happy to then add. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Rajesh, for your excellent exposition. And you have also indicated the areas of future cooperation between the OCF and the Odisha Livelihoods Mission. And your idea of, OCF entering into some kind of an MOU with OLM and mentoring some SHGs and trying to build up brands and linking with markets, probably capacity building of the SHGs, etc., etc. These are all wonderful suggestions, and I hope OCF will be working on these ideas in the days to come. Thank you, Rajesh. But please hang on, because people would like to listen to you again on questions which they may have as the deliberations proceed. Thank you so much, Rajesh. I think now may I request Ms. Abha Mishra, State Head of the UNDP. Is she there?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, Abhaji. Nice to see you here. And we would like to hear from you about the UN. Of course, UNDP needs no introduction, but we would like to hear from you what you would expect OCF to do along with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Behra. Good evening, Rajesh sir, and good evening, all the participants. Thank you for giving me such an opportunity. And as you know, UNDP has been working in the field of livelihood promotion uh, for a long time. And Partner sir has already mentioned how in Orissa SHGs are working, and we have seen what laurels they have brought to the state during this uh, pandemic situation. Um, I would, uh, take a little different view in terms of what SHGs could do and where are the opportunities for SHGs specifically in the field of resilience building. Not and resilience building is a part of the livelihood, because if you have, like Rajesh sir said, there are a lot of SHGs who are working on horticulture, agriculture, MSMEs, small MSMEs, and other many other activities. Uh, it needs to be protected. It needs to be resilient to withstand the various changing environmental impacts which it has, as well as also into the day-to-day functioning of it. So in that particular sense, I was thinking I would take up an issue which a lot of us doesn't don't talk about, is how to have a self resilience within the SNGs. And is this self resilience, does it have a livelihood opportunity?
सर मु रिनेम करूची कलिंगा यूथ एसोसिएशन अच्छे हाँ हाँ हाँ
Right. Sorry for that. So what does an SHG has? A SHG brings in a lot of strength. The first strength is that they bring in a social and economic development and empowerment. It also brings in a social and political inclusion, and there is an equal decision making within the communities, and also they are able to influence decisions. Keeping this in mind, when we look at SHGs, uh, we see that they will be able to take up a lot of activities which are very, very important for the social protection activities. Now, for an example, let's take the recent COVID situations. What did the SHGs do? The SHGs under the OLM or Mission Shakti or by various NGOs uh, converted their small thrift and credit societies into an entrepreneur, a very, very fast entrepreneur, brought in, they bought vegetables, they sold vegetables, they even stored vegetables, they processed some of the vegetables. So in a way, there were four different entrepreneurs which was created due to a small um, not a small but a very big pandemic situation, and where the lockdown was there and big players could not come to the field. These SHGs became the lifeline for all of us. So it is very, very important to see that in during these times, how these SHGs contribute and how their like these livelihoods, uh, sector livelihoods are improved upon. They, beyond that also, SHGs were also able to help in coping with the shock, because banks are there, but money lenders were not there. Money lenders, in many places were not there. SHGs became the money lenders, and they became the reliable and trustworthy money lenders, because they are from the community, they are for the community. They also, the government also utilize them for awareness programs, for create, counseling, for how would you say it, for training programs, small training, even for taking care of the children, old, sick. So many functions they did. The SHGs were at the forefront along with the frontline workers. They also in themselves were able to produce what was required. That was the PPE kits and the hand sanitizers. The, the last point is, now when we have unlocked ourselves and we are moving to a recovery phase. SHGs are federating, SHGs are creating new activities for themselves, and they are being supported by different actors, starting from the government NGOs, who are basically the um, uh, the promoters. Then we also have the banks, who are the financiers, and we have the NABARD, which is a promoter and a financer. So in the short, if I summarize what I have been saying, to build up the resilience of the community in itself and the SAG members themselves, I look at it from a risk angle, where resilience is very, very important, which means that despite the adversities of pandemics like COVID or floods or cyclones, I'm able to bounce back to my own previous life. So for that, what the SAG groups, where are the new avenues for the SAG groups? We can have SAG groups working as community mobilizers. It brings in money, because community mobilizers are not free paid persons, they are paid. So if we are able to bring SHGs, train them, they become our community mobilizers, and they also support the government, the non-government agencies, in bringing all the people under various social protection schemes. If you look at it, many people did not have Aadhaar. They did not have Jandhan Yojana, Jandhan bank saving bank accounts. They did not have PDS ration cards. So they all lost out during this pandemic. But these community mobilizers from the SHG members become the paid, maybe voluntary, but little lesser than the regular, because they may be doing it on a short-term basis, but it is one of the major livelihood activities which will support the community, the government, and every other stakeholders in the long run. Second is, they also become our hands for creating a risk sensitive infrastructure. Why I am saying that is, many a times our houses are not built properly. So these peoples become again the motivators to have resilient houses. Pandemic did not create any impact on physical infrastructure, but floods and cyclones does. They can become the asset managers. If you look at how did government use them? They ask them to take care of the community kitchens, work in the temporary medical centers, in the cyclone shelters. So why should the community, the SHG groups, not become a partner for maintaining these things? That is another livelihood options which they will have in the long run. They could also, one of the challenges faced by some of the SHGs was that they were able to buy produce, but they were not able to store it. So can the SHG groups have community-based storage godowns. That's also one thing. House construction is being done. Can they be shuttering material owners? So then agriculture, Rajesh ji had already mentioned. So they are doing a lot of thing in that, and I'm sure they will still keep on doing, and that is the area where we will be strengthening that. Uh, the third thing which I think is very important, they will be very good trainers, because when SHG women are a part of the community, they know a lot, and they also know how to motivate. So they, if they are trained by various institutions and they are on their payroll, they will be very, very good trained, trainers, or they could also be manager of the training institutions at the village and the grassroots level. So that's another option for them. Fund managers, we have already said. Uh, is it in a livelihood? Of course, if they are able to create for themselves some funds, interest funds, then it is a part of their system. So that is also there. Then we have as insurance agents. A lot of SHGs, when they come together, there are a lot of insurance plans, which is a risk resilience activity, and it is very, very important that we many of these people start sharing, talking about it, and they can become uh, agents for various type of assets, health, life insurance, and it's very, very important. They are also the traders, which have already been talked about by Rajesh Patil sir. So I will not dwell upon that. The federating and selling and buying of produce at the highest level, international also, that's very important. The last point, which is a very, very emerging issue, is the green construction jobs. Can SHG members group together to become barefoot solar panel technicians? Can they provide alternative uh, materials for housing construction, say bamboo boards, recycled plastic boards, or plastic, recycled plastic cement bricks? Many new options are coming up, and this is where I think it is going to be very, very important for SHGs, and for all of us to look forward to identifying these type of livelihood activities for the SHGs. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Patnaik.
Thank you, Abaji. You have given a very long list of activities which the self-help groups can do, and it shows uh, your knowledge about the SHGs and what they have been doing through the pandemic, through different kinds of natural calamities, as well as through the normal times. And what is the very large, spectrum where they can work, from community mobilization to bringing up awareness, to bringing up skills, to becoming trainers, insurance agents, etc., etc. This is a wonderful exposition, Abaji, and I'm sure a lot of people who are listening to you would get ideas from what you've said. Thank you so much, and probably we can have a little more of interaction at the end of this discussion when people will be asking you questions. Thank you so much. I hope you'll stay back.
Yes, sir, sure.
Okay. Now may I request the next speaker, Mr. P.K. Hota, Prashant Kumar Hota. He is, let me introduce him. He is the president and group head of the CSR, and also head of corporate communications, Jindal Steel and Power Limited, JSPL. JSPL has been doing, has been a front runner in steel making, but today we are not talking about the steel making capabilities of JSPL. we would like to hear from Mr. Hutta what JSPL has been doing for promoting self-help groups and women entrepreneurs or even rural entrepreneurs. I have seen some of the products when I was in service, some of the products which these SHGs made, and I was quite impressed by what they did. I hope they are continuing with those activities and they have escalated those activities. But I would like to, in fact, I would like to request Mr. Hutta to tell us about JSPL and what he would uh, like OCF to do for them. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. I think beyond JSPL, I will take you when I made you a presentation on the self-help group in Odisha. When it started in Kerala and you were the agriculture secretary, I made the presentation before you because I was in NABARD.
Yes.
So that was the time of my association with you. You have been really a mentor for us to start the SHG movement in this.
Thank you.
Anyhow, after NABARD, the prime ministers, within NABARD, I was working with Dr. Manmohan Singh's office to control the farmers' suicide in Vidarbha. So the private sector here, and some of my experiences I have brought from NABARD here. I'm lucky that JSPL has been really supportive to replicate it because here I am confining my presentation to one sector, that is SHG. But let me tell you, this is a very unique kind of group. They are equally passionate about steel and of the societal development. That is something which
may I interrupt you, Mr. Hutta, for a moment? Since you have such a wonderful background in NABARD and have done such excellent work there, you can also tell us a little about what NABARD does for the SHGs and rural entrepreneurs and how we can possibly rope in NABARD in this venture. Thank you so much.
I have a presentation. I will take you through that, and within that, I will chip in whatever input I have to give on NABARD. I will do that, sir. I have a presentation to make, and within that presentation, I will mention that what are the bigger scopes.
Sure.
So, with your permission, I am starting the presentation very quickly.
Please.
John. Permission दीजिए webinar employment.
So the progress. They are doing a 14-page document, almost over, sir. Agreement, yeah, because clearly we are. That was the same thing.
I think to everybody this is visible. Presentation is visible.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
So let me very quickly go through that because I will be very shortly staying on the concept and going to the practical part because my role is to tell what we are doing and what more we can do. We see livelihood apart from all these definitions. That kind of means of living, which will be really cope and recover from stress and shock, which we have seen during COVID. Honestly telling that our self-help group, 1,170 micro enterprises and 12,000 women, they're insulated largely from the COVID risk because every evening there is a cash income of at least 250 rupees of the woman only. That is the something which has really given the, that is the biggest learning for me and the biggest giant leap which we have made when the family is earning 250 rupees per month from the woman itself. Then the availability capital and assets. Okay, fine. The basic thing is that how to optimize the recreation of the income out of the assets which are available and the natural resource base. Sir had seen those products which was made of the, the ongul grown papaya, mangoes, lemon. Here now, sir, a long time had gone. So now it is a very off-scale activities. And a big brand now, Ecospa, has emerged out of that, which is sold from Kashmir to Delhi, to Rajasthan, and to part of Kerala also. So this is how the upscaling has happened. So we are using the human capital, natural capital, financial capital, of course, the social capital, but it is for the income and the improved quality of life. That is most important. Alone income. Our SHGs are not confined to alone income, but the kind of empowerment which is giving women the decision-making power. So once the woman is having the decision-making power, the quality of life is assured in the house, because a woman always, that is by DNA, they think of the family first. And all these activities are based on a felt need, and we do consciously a need profile analysis. It is not a straight jacket method कि यहाँ बड़ी बनाना है, यहाँ अचार बनाना है, या यहाँ sanitary napkin बनाना है. It is based on the available resources and the need profile, taking into account all kind of need, a felt need, unexpressed need, suppressed need, real need. Every need profile we have to see, and we do not get into skill transplant. Being the former chief secretary, sir, and you are one of the maker of industries, the kind of pain in the rehabilitation and resettlement, that suddenly a 50-year-old man, at my age, who is 60, approaching to 60, so he is told that, okay, you have given your land, now you become a welder, and we'll train you in our OP Jindal Community College. That is not possible. That is the skill transplantation. That is something has to be the people who lost their land because of the industry and whatever it is. So if we are putting them into industry, folks are very comfortable. But when the people who are aged, getting them to this kind of activity, industrial activity, is not possible. This is how the self-help group made a difference. When I'm talking of self-help group, I'm not confining to women's self-help group alone. I'm also talking of the farmer self-help groups. I'm talking of the artisan self-help groups also. Everything taken together, I am talking self-help group as a movement. May it be watershed, may it be orchards, may it be any kind of activities, whatever, the farm mechanization, the kind of, the cluster dairy. We have got 630 cluster dairies. Okay. In all these activities, we have moved through self-help group, because that has minimized the input cost and helped us for a scalability, sellability, viability, and bankability. Here I will tell my experience of NABARD. I will just use here that NABARD always talks of not only the activity, many NGOs are gone for activities which has perished, unfortunately. That's because they have not seen these aspects. You have to, when you start an aspect, this is something not a preaching, but this is my experience. We don't have to only talk up ki our women are doing wonderful work and creating these paper plates. No, we have to see the sellability part of it, the market competitiveness, the scalability. Maybe from the same asset, it can create 1,000 per day, but we are confining to 100 because of capital, because of man resources. No, we have to see the scalability, which will give them profit, the activity's viability. I'm talking of the internal rate of return. Because if the woman is going to work outside, if she gets 100 rupees or 150 rupees, why she will work in the self-help group where she will get 50 rupees? So that kind of viability, the internal rate of return of the business, and the bankability, because one is viability, the project is viable. But once they're linked to the bank, whether the incremental income generated out of the asset will be able to repay the bank loan at a particular given rate of interest, then only the activity will continue, because the bank loan also it can accommodate. The bankability part, these are some of the activities which we always take care when we start the activities with the self-help groups. And every project is based on a 360-degree approach, right from the baseline survey to planning, to formulation, to implementation, monitoring, and to replication of a project. Sir, being at the helm of affairs of the government, that some of the corporate, I'm not pointing out any corporate, they put 5 crore rupees in a village and take the chief secretary, honorable chief secretary, to show, look how much we have developed the village. But that is not the answer. These are all more PR, I can tell you. Unless the work is replication, the cost is really competitive, the cost is acceptable by the mainstream. This can be replicated elsewhere with the technical feasibility. There has to be a replicability. So these are the issues which has really made us, being different. And another thing, the exit plan. If you see in total presentation, when I'm taking through, you will be seeing every activity there is an exit plan, so that we consciously work on the donor syndrome to stop. Our mission is to make the self-help group a self-help enterprise. Then only it is going to succeed, and it is going to it is based on a continuous kind of consultation process. No GRI what sort of disclosure system you talk, but the consultation process, whom to consult, when to consult, what to consult, how to consult. Trust me, sir, when we start a self-help group of women, we'll not only talk to the woman, but also talk to the man of the family. Because otherwise, he is going to be a hindrance. ये कहाँ जा रही है, क्या करने जा रही है, क्यों जाएगी, वहाँ और कौन-कौन है, you know, this sort of blockers are also there. So to every kind of activity, there is a consultation process, and consultation process, we are also talking of the income sharing, and we are talking of the equity. And in the consultation process, we always tell in the self-help group, the basic principle is that there is no dominance. It is a homogeneous forum. There is nobody sitting here and nobody, that is why all self-help group meetings are in circle. So everybody at one level, maybe president, secretary, sarpanch, even the branch manager, he has to sit on the ground. Even being the head of the group also, I go and sit on the ground there, so that it is homogeneous always. That message we always give. Then the different kind of groups which I am talking of, it is not about women only, it is about the adolescent girls, it is about the opinion maker group, it is about the temple group. Everywhere there is a self-help group. It is the Pani Panchayat. Everywhere there is the group formation is there. These are our broad activities. I am not going into that. I am directly taking you to the so before that, let me just finish with this.
Prashant sir, Premanand Bishwal कहउतली सर टिके किछि लोक हमर एसएचजी मेंबर्स मा माने जॉइन करचंती टिके जदी पारिबे ओडिया रे कहिले टिके भलो होंता.
Okay, so no problem if I speak in Odia na, मतलब other people should be able to listen. Otherwise मेरा कोई problem नहीं है. I am very comfortable in Odia.
No, it's okay, sir. You can speak in Odia, sir. No problem.
Okay, ठीक अछि. Okay. So wherever possible, English रे किछ ओडिया रे combination करी कहले हबो.
निश्चय sir. Thank you, sir.
So मु जते बेले JSPL कथा कहूची मु केवल ओडिसा कथा कहूनी, मु छत्तीसगढ़ और झारखंड विषय भी मध्य कहिबी. एथि पई जे आमे जदि छत्तीसगढ़ रे देखिबा, आमे जोठी ऑपरेट करूछु सेठी ओडिसा रा कल्चर एवं ओडिसा लोक ही अछंती, एवं झारखंड रे भी हमर जोठी अछंती सेठी भी ओडिसा रा डायनामिक्स सब समान. सेही एग्रीकल्चर बेस्ड इकोनॉमी आउ माने कृषि भित्तिक जंगल जात द्रव्य भित्तिक इकोनॉमी अछि. तणु सेति पई दिस इज आमे करूछु सेटा मु जते ओडिसा और झारखंड कथा कहूची, ए छत्तीसगढ़ और झारखंड कथा ओडिसा सहित बहुत सिमिलारिटी अछि एवं ओडिसा रा जीवन यात्रा एवं सेमानकर जीवन यात्रा प्राय समान एवं रायगढ़ तो हमर झारसुगुड़ा पाखरे गिरी लागिची. तेणु एवं हमर अप्रोच हला प्रथम हमें नीड देखु कोन दरकार अछि, तापर प्रोडक्ट रो फिजिबिलिटी कोन अछि एवं सेही प्रोडक्ट सहित जो माने एसोसिएट अछंती तांकर क्षमता केमिति विकास करिवा, तांको गवर्नमेंट स्कीम सहित केमिति मिसेइबा. कारण गवर्नमेंट स्कीम सहित मिसेइ देले 1+1=2 हुएनी, 1+1=11 हुए, 1 और 1 मिसिकरी 11 हुए. दैट इज द माने द ब्यूटी ऑफ गवर्नमेंट स्कीम्स लिंक कले गटा फायदा अछि. हमर मार्केट एंड फाइनेंशियल लिंकेजेस सी आमे कॉर्पोरेट आमे जत्ते चेष्टा कले भी आपण जदी सबुथरे पैसा दबा को आरंभ करिवे, सत कथा हला गोटे इंडस्ट्री पेका आपण डोनर सिंड्रोम तयारी करूछंती, आपण तांको केबे भी आत्मनिर्भर हबा को देबे नाही. तेणु आपण को गोटे स्टेज रे एसेट कैपिटल क्रिएट करिकरी आपण को बैंक सहित लिंक जदी न करिवे, से माने निज गोडरे ठिया ही पारिबे नहीं, किंतु निज भविष्य गढी पारिबे. किंतु आपण रिसर्च मोड रे हो, प्रोडक्ट रो अपस्केलिंग मोड रे हो, बा आपनकर मार्केट लिंकेज करिवारे हो, बा आपनकर नुवा इनोवेशंस करिकरी हो, सेतिरे आपनकर कंपनी रो स्पेंडिंग दरकार. जोटा कि हमें मशरूम रे करिछु. जे मशरूम रे हमें मशरूम टाकू गोटे ब्राउन रिवोल्यूशन हमें कर देइछु विभिन्न जागा रे. जो मानकर 3000 4000 टका इनकम थिला, से माने 30000 टका इनकम करूछंती, तांको दुआर मोर मशरूम किना होउची. किंतु मशरूम रो स्पॉन यूनिट हमें स्टार्ट कलु विभिन्न वे रे, हमें विभिन्न जागा रे डिसेंट्रलाइज करी स्टार्ट करिछु विभिन्न जागा रे विकेंद्रीकरण पद्धति रे, एवं सेथिरे हमें इन्वेस्ट करिछु. वर्तमान किछिटा मशरूम प्रोडक्शन सेंटर से माने निजे बिक्री करी निजे तयारी करछन्ते एवं तांको आउ हमको कोनोसी पैसा दबा को पड़ू नाही. सो बेसिक कांसेप्ट हला जे पिला को साइकिल सिखेला पड़ी आपण पछुरु कैरियर धरिकरी पिलाटी साइकिल चलेबो, आपण देखिबे जे पिलाटी केमिति चलौची, काळे पड़ी जिवो कि ताको धरिथिबे, एवं जत्ते बेले पिलाटी गळी पड़िबो साइकिल रो पड़ी गला आपण को दौड़िकरी उठेया को पड़िबो. सो आपणकर एक्जिट प्लान टा एस्केप प्लान नुहे, आपण एक्जिट करछन्ती माने गोटे पेरेंट भली पिला को चाहिबा को पडुची. हमर टोटल सीएसआर अप्रोच बा टोटल जो लाइवलीहुड जो जीविकार अप्रोच ए भली आइडेंटिफिकेशन करा जाऊ, मीटिंग कंडक्ट करा गला, टेक्निकल ट्रेनिंग सपोर्ट हे गला, एसेट फिक्स्ड एसेट्स सार जो जाइथिले जेतेबेले देखिथिले सेतेबेले जनजीविका केंद्र आरंभ होइतला वर्तमान जनजीविका केंद्र प्रति जगह रे जोठी हम जिंदल अछि सेठी गोटे बड़ जनजीविका केंद्र तयारी हिची सेठी गोटे हब हिची एक्चुअली सेठी गोटे हब हिची सेठी मैक्सिमम सेठी बहुत कम लोक 100-200 लोक काम करूचंती किंतु तांको घरे लोक माने काम करूचंती और प्रोडक्ट रो यूनिफॉर्मिटी तयारी हिची जे एई भलिया प्रोडक्ट तयारी होबो सेमान को ट्रेनिंग दिया हिची सेमाने करि सरला परे जिंस दउचंती तांको पे गोटे जीरो कॉस्ट रिवॉल्विंग फंड अछि जीरो कॉस्ट रिवॉल्विंग फंड हला जे वर्किंग कैपिटल इनिशियली सेमाने बैंक को जाई परिबे नाही तेणु तांको गोटे आमे प्रति जगह 10 लाख टंकार प्रति यूनिट रे 10 लाख टंकार गोटे जीरो कॉस्ट फंड अछि सबु सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप्स माने सेही फंड रो नै परिबे एवं तापरे पैसा तांकर प्रोडक्शन करि सारी करी मार्केटिंग करी करी पैसा टिकी सेतिकी फेरे देबे तांको कोनोसी सुध पडू नाही से बाबद रे एवं से माने जेते शीघ्र फेरेबे सेते जल्दी से माने आउथरे पैसा नै परिबे तेणु से माने को एक्टिविटी चूज करछंती को एक्टिविटीज रो साइकिल कोन ता ऊपर डिपेंड करछि से माने केते जल्दी पैसा फेरेबे किंतु गोटे कथा हमें देखिछु जे जिते जल्दी से माने पैसा फेरौछंती सेते जल्दी हमर फाइद माने हम सेही ग्रुप ग्रो करूची एवं तांको समस्त प्रकार मार्केट लिंकेज सर राजेश पटेल सर अछंती नै मु जानिनी से मीटिंग रे थिबे जेतले मिस्टर आरवी स्वामी थिले सिटी लाइवलीहुड मिशन रे से जेतले ही वाज आल्सो अनगुल कलेक्टर एट वन पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम से बहुत हमकु सेतबेले हेल्प करथिले एवं हमर लाइवलीहुड मिशन सहित भी बहुत भलो लिंकेज हला दिल्ली हार्ट सहित आमे लिंक कलु जम्मू काश्मीर गवर्नमेंट सहित लिंक कलु छत्तीसगढ़ गवर्नमेंट झारखंड गवर्नमेंट राजस्थान गवर्नमेंट सबु गवर्नमेंट सहित आमे लिंक करी करी प्रोडक्ट्स हमरो आज बहुत वाइड माने मार्केट गोटे भलो नै परिछि एवं तापरे प्रॉफिट केमिति शेयरिंग बेसिस रे हबो तांकर बैंक अकाउंट केमिति खोला हैछि सबु सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप करो तांको सेल्फ हेल्प एंटरप्रेन्योर कला परे बैंक सहित केमिति लिंकेज करा जायछि बट एठी गोटे डिफरेंस अछि आमे सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप लिंकेज पूर्वरु आमे एन्श्योर करबा को चाहूछु जे तांकर प्रोडक्ट अछि एवं प्रोडक्ट रो बैंकेबिलिटी अछि सॉरी वायबिलिटी अछि बैंकेबिलिटी अछि एवं प्रोडक्ट टी मार्केट रे चालिबो तापरे आमे तंको बैंक रे लिंक करूछु कारण ता न हले पुनी डिफॉल्टर साइकिल तयारी होबो ब्रांच मैनेजर चेंज हे गेला परे ब्रांच मैनेजर रो अप्रोच चेंज हे होउची जे यू नो दैट सत्य कथा होउची जे ब्रांच मैनेजर प्रथमे कहबो जे सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप रे रहले आपनकर किछ असुविधा नै आपन सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप पैसा नेले जनरली सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप रिकवरी मो नाबार्ड बैकग्राउंड रे मु कहूची जे 98% बैकग्राउंड कारण मोर 21 इयर्स सेल्फ हेल्प माने नाबार्ड रे एवं आई एम वन ऑफ द पर्सन जे कि वाटर सेड वाडी सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप आमे मु माने फाउंडिंग माने कहियो गले 7 जण स्टार्ट करथुलु ए प्रोग्राम 98% रिकवरी सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप रे किंतु जोठी सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप स्पेशली गवर्नमेंट रो जो सब्सिडी आईआरडीपी से जो परे आसला तापर बर्तमान सब्सिडी बढ़ी करी अराउंड 1.5 लाख की बेसी हलानी से सब्सिडी आसला परे सत कथा हो जे टिके प्रॉब्लम होची किछरा सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप रो प्रॉब्लम होची रिसोर्स शेयरिंग ऊपर बट सब्सिडी इज अ बिग हेल्प कॉन्सेप्चुअली अदरवाइज तांकर नो बैंक लोन रिपे करबा कैपिटल एसेट तयारी करबा बहुत हेल्पफुल होची किंतु जत्ते बेले से माने सेल्फ हेल्प ऑक्युपेशनल ग्रुप्स रे कन्वर्ट होचंती देन तांको हम बैंक लोन रे जे लिंक करू तते बेले बैंक लोन तांको एक्चुअली तांको हेल्प करूची तापरे दिस इज हाउ हम एग्जिट जो करूछु मु बारंबार कहू जे एस्केप नुहे तेनु हमरो सेटा एसएचई रे सो एसएचजी कन्वर्टिंग इनटू एसएचई सेल्फ हेल्प एंटरप्रेन्योर नाउ मार्केट मदर हमरो प्लांट रो रोल हला मार्केट फॉर द प्रोड्यूस एंड एज ए मदर यूनिट बट कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग कला फैसिलिटेटिंग कला पुनी टोटल मार्केट आपन कोविड टाइम रे मु कहूची नन ऑफ आवर फार्मर 9000 फार्मर्स को सहित डायरेक्टली हम लिंक करछु कोनोसी फार्मर तांकर वेजिटेबल और मिल्क की बाहर से माने डिस्पोज ऑफ करना देयर इन सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप्स से माने आणुछंती प्लांट इटसेल्फ इज ए बिग कंज्यूमर प्लांट गोटे गोटे बड़ कंज्यूमर मार्केट तादरा प्लांट रे भी एश्योर हला तांकर भी एश्योर हला यू नो एवं हमर फैसिलिटीज गुडा को आपन कहली साइकिल इट देखौची केमिति जे सेविंग्स हला सेविंग्स रो कैपिटल रो इनकम हला इनकम रो सेविंग्स हला सेविंग्स रो आउ गोटे कैपिटल पार्ट ऑफ द सेविंग्स 100 टंका सेविंग हले 30 टंका सेटा कैपिटल आउ गोटे नुवा कैपिटल हला घरे गोटे छोट छोट जिंस किना हला एवं तापरे आउरी कैपिटल बेस बढ़िला आउरी इनकम बढ़िला दिस इज हाउ द थिंग्स रन आमे कोन दोउछु स्किल बिल्डिंग समस्त कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग करजो फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट रिवॉल्विंग फंड दोउछु वर्किंग कैपिटल फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट ब्लॉक कैपिटल जो फैसिलिटी तयारी करजो सब तक भी आपनकर फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट मार्केटिंग रे हमें हेल्प करूछु ब्रांडिंग रे हेल्प करूछु एवं कॉम्पिटिटिव प्राइसिंग रे हमें हेल्प करूछु एवं हमरो हम सहित 1170 माइक्रो एंटरप्राइजेस काम करूछंती एवं ऑल दिस माइक्रो एंटरप्राइजेस जो माने काम करूछंती सेमान को जीरो कॉस्ट रिवॉल्विंग फंड दिया जायछि सेमान को हमें हेल्प करूछु आपनकर प्रोडक्ट डाइवर्सिफिकेशन नुवा नुवा प्रोडक्ट तयारी करबा प्रोडक्ट रो सर्टिफिकेशन होबा प्रोडक्ट रो पैकेजिंग होबा प्रोडक्ट रो अपग्रेडेशन होबा एवं फॉरवर्ड लिंकेजेस होबा एवं ताको लिंक करबा नेशनल लाइवलीहुड मिशन स्टेट लाइवलीहुड मिशन आ जो ओरमास भली मार्केटिंग फेडरेशन ओडिशा छत्तीसगढ़ सब जगह रे एवं तांकर बैकवर्ड फॉरवर्ड लिंकेजेस रे तांको हमें लिंक करबा हमर एक्टिविटीज टेलरिंग हला इंसेंस स्टिक्स हला आपनकर जो धूपबत्ती किंतु गोटे गोटे मेजर जिंस आपन गोटे कहूची हमर जो धूपबत्ती तयारी होची हमें कोन से फ्लेवर दोनु फ्लेवर दउची आईटीसी हमठु आईटीसी हमर जो स्त्री लोक माने अछंती से जते समय कले तांकर से पैसा नै जिवे खाली धूपबत्ती प्लेन धूपबत्ती बनै करी आईटीसी नै जाउची तादरे फ्लेवर देई करी बिक्री करूची बिकॉज हमर काम होला स्टील तयारी करबा पावर तयारी करबा बट सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप रे हमर दरकार से माने इनकम केमति पाइबे हमें फ्लेवर देले पुनी मार्केट रो कॉम्पिटिटिवनेस हमकु फेस करिया पड़ियो धूपबत्ती रे तेणु सेति पेगा हमें आश्योर कर देछु आईटीसी सब किनि नउची एवं से पैसा दे दोची सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप को जूट प्रोडक्ट्स हला हर्बल ब्यूटी प्रोडक्ट्स जोटा कि सार देखिति कि आसितले बट दैट्स ए बिग ब्रांड देयर फिनाइल सैनिटरी नैपकिन टेराकोटा बैंगल आपनकर केउंझर रे हमर फॉरेस्ट बेस रे लाख चलीची झारखंड रे भी चलीची रोप मेकिंग गोटे गोटे बड़ हमर आर्टिफिशियल ज्वेलरी टेंट हाउस ग्रुप्स करा हेची पोल्ट्री गोट ढोकरा क्राफ्ट बहुत फेमस आपन जानि छथि এবং बांबू क्राफ्ट्स टेराकोटा आल्सो अछि एई गोटे भलो इंटरवेंशन वाला नाबार्ड कोलैबोरेशन रे हमर वाटर सेट प्रोग्राम चलीची 4500 एकर रे ता भितरे हमर 695 टी स्त्री लोक 95 जन स्त्री लोक से माने विभिन्न सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप रे अछंती एवं से माने विभिन्न प्रकार प्रोडक्ट्स मशरूम हो वेजिटेबल्स हो माछो हो विभिन्न प्रकार प्रोडक्ट्स समस्तंकर ग्रुप रो प्रोडक्ट स्पेसिफिक हमर गोटे प्रथम रिजोल्यूशन हला गोटे सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप को जेते जल्दी तांको ऑक्युपेशनल सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप को कन्वर्ट करिबारे सेठी टेराकोटा हेची सेठी आपनकर प्लांटेशन पाइका सार वर्तमान कहउतले राजेश पटेल सर के नर्सरी ऊपर कारण आपनकर वाटर सेट प्रोग्राम रे टिके लैंड रो बायस अछि जो माने लैंडलेस तांको नर्सरी मेकिंग रे सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप करिबा नर्सरी के टाई अप करी प्रोजेक्ट भीतर को आनिबा सो दैट तांकर गोटे इनकम होबा वाडी प्रोजेक्ट जो ऑर्चार्ड प्रोजेक्ट जोठी कि मु निजे अब्दुल कलाम सर को थरे नै करी जाइतली व्हेन ही वाज प्रेसिडेंट एंड आउ थरे नै करी गली व्हेन ही वाज नॉट इन ऑफिस दी थरे नै करी जाइछि वाडी प्रोजेक्ट को इन डिफरेंट स्टेट्स ए प्रोजेक्ट हमें एटी स्टार्ट करिछु एवं वाडी प्रोजेक्ट रे आपनकर प्रति एकर रे 60 गछ रहिछि हॉर्टिकल्चर गछ लाइक आंबो रहिछि कासु रहिछि सेठी हमर सेठी भी हमें सेमती आपनकर वर्मी कंपोस्ट रे जो मानकर जमी नाही वर्मी कंपोस्ट रे हला आ आपनकर नर्सरी रे हला से मानको सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप रे कन्वर्ट करा हे तांकठो किना जाउछि एवं एई फार्मर्स मानको नाबार्ड रो फार्मर्स प्रोड्यूसर्स ग्रुप रे हमें कन्वर्ट करी करी तांकर केमिति प्रोडक्ट्स पुनी एनहांसमेंट हबो प्रोडक्ट रे केमिति बेसी इनकम पाइबे एई काम भी हमर चलीछि एसआरआई पैडी कल्टीवेशन वर्तमान 800 रु अधिका फार्मर तांकर इनकम ऑलमोस्ट 2.5 गुण रु 3 गुण कर सालेनी मशरूम फार्मिंग मु कहउतली कम्युनिटी डायरी मु कहउतली एनिमल हस्बेंडरी कैंप एटा आ गोटे बढ़िया इनिशिएटिव हमर फार्मर्स माने ग्रुप रे अछंती से माने क्लस्टर बेसिस रे डायरी करछंती तांकर मिल्क हमर बिक्री करिवारे फैसिलिटेट करूछु तांकर वैक्सीनाइजेशन गवर्नमेंट करूची किंतु हेल्थ कैंप आमे ऑर्गेनाइज करूछु मु कहिबा को चाहूं जे आमे इंटरवीन करबा आगुरु से एनिमल्स माने वैक्सीनेट हेई पारु नतले एथि पेका जे लॉट ऑफ लॉजिस्टिक सपोर्ट दरकार गोटे कैंप करबा डॉक्टर मानन को आनिबा तांको कसैबा दिन गोटे दिन रखिबा से सब जिंस हेई पारु नतला तेनु काहा को ब्लेम करूनी बिकॉज़ इट्स अ ह्यूज लॉजिस्टिक सपोर्ट दरकार बी कीपिंग करबा ई सब जिंस रे फिशरीज ग्रुप्स करबा विभिन्न प्रकार ग्रुप्स रे आमे तांको बेलिया बाबरे सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप रे कन्वर्ट करछु गोटे भलो कथा कहबी कोविड रे म आपन कहितली जे मोर देन 2 लाख मास्क हमर सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप्स माने केवल ओडिसा रे तयारी करछन केमिति तयारी कले एथि पे तयारी कले जे तांकू आमे ट्रेनिंग देइथिलु तांको घरे मेशिनरीज थिला समस्त गोटे जगह रे काम करू नथिले तांकू स्पेसिफिकेशन दिया जाइतला एई भलिया कर सीडीएमओ आसिकरी सर्टिफाई करी करी जाइतले जो सैनिटाइजर्स माने तयारी करथिले बा हैंड वाश तयारी करथिले एवं मास्क रो सेते बेले मास्क वर्तमान मास्क ता माने समस्त जानि गलेनी जेते बेले नुवा नुवा कोविड आरंभ हला मास्क ता एते आइडिया नथला लोकंकर मास्क केमिति तयारी करा जिवो से 2 लेयर 3 लेयर हमर इंडस्ट्रियल मास्क के सब प्लांट माने डिमांड कले वी नीड 3 लेयर मास्क एवं आपण विश्वास करिवे जे सबु सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप स्त्री लोक मानको हम ट्रेनिंग देलु 2 लेयर मास्क केमिति तयारी करिवे 3 लेयर मास्क केमिति तयारी करिवे सेते बेले हमकु एते टफ होतला कपड़ा मिलबा दुकान बंद सब कपड़ा मगेबा एवं माने जोटू कलकत्ता रो कपड़ा आसे कलकत्ता तो बहुत स्ट्रिक्ट हे गला बंद करिवारे हमें बहुत कष्ट रे जेहेतु हमें ग्रुप प्रोक्योरमेंट कलु मु बारंबार कहूची सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप रे गोटे फायदा होची आपण जदी सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप को फेडरेट कर देबे तबे प्रोडक्ट आपनकर इनपुट मैनेजमेंट बहुत बढ़िया हे परिबो सस्ता रे हे परिबो हमें सेते बेले एकाठी मार्क इनपुट आनी पारलु माने कपड़ा आनी पारलु एवं एम्प्लॉइज हो गवर्नमेंट फंक्शनरी हो कोरोना वॉरियर्स हो डिस्ट्रिक्ट हेल्थ हो आंगनवाड़ी हो सब जगह रे आमे सैनिटाइजर हो ये प्रोड्यूस करि परलु जहार रिजल्ट हला नेट हला संध्या हेले गोटे स्त्री लोक ता घर को 250 रु 300 टका इनकम करी आनी पारुथला दैट टू एटा कैश इनकम ही पड़थला इन फिनाइल मेकिंग एटा बहुत भलो माने तांकर इनकम हला एवं आउ गोटे हला वेजिटेबल फार्मर्स एंड डायरी फार्मर्स एथिरे सेमाने भी सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप रे अछंती एवं सेमानंकर केही जणे भी गोटे भी फार्मर डिस्ट्रेस सेल भितरे नथिले एथिरे एवं हम सेमाने फेयर मार्केट प्राइस रे आज कोविड रो जो जंत्रणा रु सेमाने मुक्ति पाइथिले आपण टीवी रे पिक्चर रे देखिथिबे ए सब खीरो ढाळुथिले फार्मर माने रास्ता रे आनी करी बिक्री ही पर नथिला सेते बेले कारण मिठा दुकानी बंद हो जाइथिला भगवान करछन्ती जे 9000 फार्मर आम सहित जो माने काम करथिले सेमाने एई भली दुर्दशा भोगी नांती कारण सेमाने सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप रे थिले तांकर कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग प्रॉपर करा हैतला सेमाने क्लस्टर रे थिले एवं तांको हमें बाय बैक रो एश्योरेंस देथिलु आम प्लांट रे समस्त कंजप्शन हमें करौथिलु एवं हमें भी गां भीतर को सप्लाई करिवार व्यवस्था करिथिलु तेणु ए सब सुविधा नै करी आज आपन के फोटोग्राफ
कांछान करबे टिके
सरियला मोर वर्तमान आपनकर डिस्ट्रेस सेल केमकी फार्मर्स मानकर आपनको देखौ पिक्चर किछि फेस मास्क देखैबा फेस मास्क तयारी होछि आपनकर मु सालू जिंदल को देखौ जे कोविड समय रे माने भी आसिग्री फार्मर्स लेडी मानु को एनकरेज करथिले आपनकर जो जूट हमर प्रति प्लांट आज्ञा जीरो पॉलिथिन माने पॉलिथिन फ्री जीरो पॉलिथिन यूज तेणु सेठी आपण यूज करिया को बाध्य हम आपन आगुआ कहितली जे प्लांट इज ए मार्केट प्लेस हम पेका एसएचजी प्रोडक्ट्स पेका वर्तमान हमर सब समस्त घरे बैग झोटो बैग रहया को बाध्य कारण आपन अन्य ये बैग यूज करि परिबेनी एवं सेही भली भाबरे आपनकर हाइड्रो पावर कॉर्पोरेशन हला आपनकर गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया रो विभिन्न ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हला विभिन्न पब्लिक एंटरप्राइजेस हला से माने हमठू जूट बैग जूट फोल्डर हमर जते सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप्स माने अछंती कोविड टाइम रे बाजार ऑन व्हील हमर सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप्स रो से माने जाई गां गळे रे कले एठी हमको अगरबत्ती रो फोटोग्राफ्स आपन को देखौतली पापड़ मेकिंग यूनिट इकोस्पा कथा हम कहूतली जे इकोस्पा केमिति लोकल अमृतभंडा लोकल लेमन एठी भी तीनटा ग्रुप क्रिएट होतला गोटेला प्रोड्यूसर ग्रुप गोटेला प्रोसेसिंग ग्रुप आ गोटेला सेलिंग ग्रुप मार्केटिंग ग्रुप गोटे पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट रे तीनटा ऑक्युपेशनल ग्रुप सेठी क्रिएट हेची आपन देखंतु सेमते टेलरिंग यूनिट हला सैनिटरी नैपकिन दे मेक इट दे सेल इट दे यूज इट सैनिटरी नैपकिन तार शुभांगी ब्रांड वर्तमान छत्तीसगढ़ रे ओडिसा रे आमे 16 ब्रांड करथिलु वर्तमान दुईटा का ब्रांड मर्ज कर दिया हला कारण ब्रांड रो यूनिफॉर्मिटी बहुत दरकार शुभांगी ब्रांड वर्तमान छत्तीसगढ़ रे बहुत पॉपुलर हेची एवं समाने मार्केट को कम्पीट करि परछंती डायरी कथा म आपन को कहउतली आपनकर क्लस्टर बेसिस रे पैडी कल्टीवेशन मशरूम कल्टीवेशन वर्मी कंपोस्ट जोटा ऑफ फार्म रे केमिति हमर करा होची डेयरी फार्मिंग फॉडर कल्टीवेशन एवरीथिंग इन सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप बेसिस आपनकर आजी आपण देखो जेहेतु कम्युनिटी डायरी अछि केते सुविधा हेछि सेमानकर एकाठी मैनेजमेंट करि परछंती दीज आर रेयर मॉडल्स बट देन दीज आर द आई ओपनर्स फॉर सो मेनी थिंग्स आई एम नॉट टेलिंग दैट वी आर द बेस्ट आई एम टेलिंग वी आर ए गुड मॉडल जदि चाहिमे पीपल कैन फॉलो इट आपण देखंतु गां रे वाटर शेड रो गली प्लगिंग हला सेठी आपनकर फार्मर्स ग्रुप्स क्रिएट हेछि लिफ्ट इरिगेशन से हला फार्मर्स ग्रुप्स थ्रू रे हेछि विभिन्न प्रकार काम सबुडा ग्रुपिंग रे होछि वाडी रो इंटरक्रॉपिंग हला वर्तमान फार्मर प्रोड्यूसर्स ग्रुप मैंगो रो आरंभ हे गलानी एवं हमर जो माने ट्रेनिंग पार्टनर मुसमान को धन्यवाद दोछि आरसीटी हला केवीके हला इक्रिसेट हला नाबार्ड एनआरडीसी टेक्निकल पार्टनर हमर हला आपनकर मार्केटिंग रे ओरमास अछि मिशन शक्ति हमको हेल्प करछि नाबार्ड इज वन ऑफ आवर सोल सपोर्टर से बड़ी कोलैबोरेटिव पार्टनर हमर ऑनलाइन जो डिपार्टमेंट्स दे आर आवर रियल फ्रेंड्स दे गिव अस कम्युनिटी सपोर्ट we whenever we want their help they have come एवं कलेक्टर कर सब बेले गोटे पेरेंटिंग मूव जोटा हमको दैट हैज हेल्प्ड अस इरेस्पेक्टिव ऑफ चेंज ऑफ गार्ड्स प्रॉब्लम तो बहुत अछि कॉमन प्रॉपर्टी रिसोर्सेस नीड एनालिसिस स्टेट जैकेट मेथड्स अछि इक्विटी इश्यूज पीपल वांट टू ग्रो एज द प्लांट ग्रोज ए सब इश्यूज को हमें ओवरराइड करि पारिछु बिकॉज़ वी आर फॉलोइंग वन मेकानिज्म दी तीनटा जिनस फॉलो करूछु हमें गोटेला सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप्स को हमें मेन स्ट्रीम करू नाहु without making it an self help enterprise occupational groups द्वितीय कथा हला जीरो कॉस्ट रिवॉल्विंग फंड रा हमें यूज देखि करी तांको कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग 6 मास भीतर तांको टेस्टिंग हमें करूछु केवल ब्रांच मैनेजर ग्रेडिंग करनी हमें भी ग्रेडिंग करूछु को सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप रा रेस्पॉन्स मैकेनिज्म देखि करी थर्ड कथा हला जे प्रोजेक्ट अप्रोच 360 डिग्री अप्रोच हमें आइडेंटिफाई करूछु फोर्थ कथा हला हमें समानकर कमिटमेंट देखुछु जे सेमाने इनपुट मैनेजमेंट एंड आउटपुट मार्केटिंग रे केमिति सेमाने एकाठी हेइकरी सब करि पारुछंती एवं ग्रुप टी केमिति होमोजेनियस रहिछि without any dominant factor तेणु आज आम प्रोजेक्ट मु क्लेम करि परिबी एइथिपेंगा इवन गाँ रे भी जो कम्युनिटी हॉल तयारी होची ताकू भी गोटे सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप को दिया है मैनेज करिया पेंगा लिफ्ट इरिगेशन पॉइंट्स टेलीमेडिसिन आ गोटे कथा वाटर एटीएम्स आमे वाटर एटीएम क्रिएट करिचु छत्तीसगढ़ रे बहुत एवं सेठी लोक सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप करिकरी से माने कार्ड आनिकरी तांकर एटीएम कार्ड आनिकरी कार्ड देखैकरी पानी नेकरी जाउछन्ते गोटे फैमिली पिछा के 50 टंकिया कार्ड नैछि के 100 टंकिया कार्ड नैछि बट सेही माने ही मैनेज करछन्ते आमे खराब न होला पर्यंत वाटर एटीएम हमर इंटरफियर करिवार नै सो दिस इज कॉल्ड पेरेंटिंग पिला को हम खाया को घरे बसी खाया पीबा को देले पिला मनुष्य केवल हबने पिला केमिति दिन ना दिन घर चलैबो एवं ता संसार से टेक अप करिवो सो वी हैव टू हैंड ओवर basically we have not inherited this planet from our forefathers we have borrowed it from our children आमे हम पिला को ये दुनिया उधार आनिचे एवं पिला मानु को फेरेबा को पड़िबो एई प्लांट हला कम्युनिटी के नेइकरी एवं कम्युनिटी जदि न बढ़िबे एई प्लांट र किछ अर्थ नाही कारण गोटे प्लांट हला एटी विजय पटनायक सर अछंती जतेबेले प्रथम इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन मूव हेतला से ही कहितले सेतेबेले गवर्नमेंट भी कहितला सेतेबेले जे प्लांट होउची गोटे कम्युनिटी रिसोर्स गोटे सोसाइटल रिसोर्स जदि सोसाइटी डिप्राइव्ड वे रही प्लांट एका बढ़ुची से प्लांट से प्रॉफिट एवं से इंडस्ट्री रो किछ अर्थ नाही मु भाबुची आमे सीएसआर रे सेतिके मूव करि पारिछु जे इंडस्ट्री आउ कम्युनिटी एकाठी बढ़ुचंती एवं हमर गोटे टूल हैला सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप एंड सेल्फ हेल्प एंटरप्राइजेस आपन समय पई धन्यवाद एवं मु स्पेशली ओडिशा कॉर्पोरेट फाउंडेशन एवं विजय पटनायक सर एवं जदि राजेश पटेल सर थांती एवं समस्त एनजीओ बंधु माने एवं समस्त सिविल सोसाइटी बंधु माने हु आर द चेंज मेकर्स जो मानक नहीं करी आज एत बड़ा मूवमेंट है समस्त के मोर धन्यवाद दूची एवं जेहेतु मु बेहरा साहब को कहितली जे मोर गोटे मीटिंग अछि ऑलरेडी मु लेट हे गलेनी मो अल्प समय रही करी मु रहिबी किंतु अन्य मीटिंग भी चलीथिबो ता सहित बट मु आपण मान को रियली बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद दूची नमस्कार
बहुत 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 धन्यवाद बाबू आपण बहुत विस्तृत भाव में जीएसपीएल रो एक्टिविटीज विषय कहले एवं एसएचजी माने कौन करि पारिबे से विषय रे आपण गोटे सम्यक धारणा समस्त को देले जे एसएचजी माने वाटरशेड तो आरंभ करी वाटी प्रोग्राम तो आरंभ करी सरकार जेते स्कीम्स अच्छी प्रत्येक स्कीम रे से माने केमती शामिल हे पारिबे ए पैंडेमिक समय रे से माने किबळी भाव रे सेल्फ रिलायंट हे पारिबे से मानकर निजर अर्जन से माने केमती करि पारिबे एवं सबुठ बड़ कथा होची आपण जो कथाटा कहिले जे किबळी भाव रे से आत्मनिर्भरशील हो पारे से दीर्घ दिन धरी जमती जीएसपीएल रो हाथ धरिके से चलिया को पड़ोनी कि सरकार निर्भर करके चलिया को पड़ोनी से निजे 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 गोड़े छिड़ा हो पारे एवं तांकर जो व्यवसाय से बर्तमान कर जो प्रकार एक्टिविटीज बर्तमान कर किभली भाव में गोटे चिरंतन भाव में बढ़ई चलिए एवं गोटे सस्टेनेबल वे रे करि परिबे से आपको निश्चित भाव में धन्यवाद देवी एवं जो माने तांकर कथा शुणुचंती मो निश्चित जे से माने तांकर ठारू अनेक किछि इंस्पिरेशन पाई परिबे जे कोन से माने करि परिबे होय तो सब से माने जहा करछन सब गोटी एसएचजी किंबा 2-4टी एसएचजी पक्षरे करिया संभवपर हेइ न पारे किंतु ये जो मॉडल जो आम आगे गोटे थोड़ी से मॉडल रु जो जिनसा आम प्रযোज्य आम ग्रहण करा हूँ कहबार सारमर्म एवं बर्तमान मुझे पुणी थे धन्यवाद देवी आम नेक्स्ट स्पीकर पाखक जा
पूर्व मुझे गोटे कथा कहबी आपन को जे आपनकर एई विजन जदि मोदी सर आमर प्राइम मिनिस्टर जो कहते लोकल लोकल के लिए वोकल सर दिस इज द ओनली वे आपण लोकल ग्रुप को से इंडिपेंडेंट बनेबे तांको ब्रांडिंग करेबे एवं तांको मार्केट कॉम्पिटिटिव करिकरी वोकल होबा को पड़िबो खाली कहिले किछि होबनी तनो आपनकर आशीर्वाद दरकार आपनकर दिग्दर्शन देइकरी हम बहुत बाटा आसीछु मु आपन को खुशी करिबो कोनी सर किंतु एक्चुअली सेही दिनर मन मन अछि जेतले मु फर्स्ट प्रेजेंटेशन करथिले एसएचजी व्हेन यू आर द एग्रीकल्चर एंड कोऑपरेशन
थैंक यू नेक्स्ट स्पीकर होचंती सुश्री सुरेखा राउतराय के अछंती की मैडम सुरेखा राउतराय अछंती
यस सर
ओके से होचंती हमर हेड सोशल इंक्यूबेशन एंड सीएसआर किट टीबीआई तेणु से हमको आज कहबे जे किट तरफ रु एवं तांकर जो यूनिट से करिसेंती ता तरफ रु विमेन एसएचजीएस पई स्पेसिफिकली एवं रूरल एंटरप्राइज पई कोन से माने काम करूचंती एवं किबळी भाव रे ओसीएफ सहित गोटे कोलाबोरेशन हे पारिबो से विषय मैडम कहबे Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Patnaik sir. A very good evening to everybody, and I would like to thank OCF for giving us the opportunity to present what we are doing. And all this.
मैम टिके इंटरप्ट करछि प्रेमानंद विश्वाल कहउछि सर को परमिशन नै गिरी विदिन 10 मिनिट्स शेष करबा को चेष्टा करिवे प्लीज समस्त पई टिके चेष्टा करिवे कारण लेट होउछि ओके कंटिन्यू प्लीज
Again, so since there is a constraint of time, we will keep it very crisp. First of all the speakers who had spoken, Rajesh sir, Abha ma'am, and Prashant sir, and they have constantly been speaking about the great work that has been done in Orissa with the SHGs. The field has been created. At KIT TBI, we heavily emphasize on innovation and taking the technology to the roots. Whatever we have heard so far is traditional methods or a small deviation of the traditional methods that have been used to provide an incremental livelihood to the SHG groups. But we would like, what we are doing at our end is we are giving them alternative opportunities of generating livelihood. That is, we are taking the technologies that are not just there in the state, but from various forums of other states, like we have connected with Agni and other NRDRPR, and we are taking these technologies and taking them to the base route, to the villages, training the SHGs and ensuring that they have an alternative source of livelihood beyond the traditional methods. So for that, first and foremost, what we do is innovation mapping. That is, we look at what are the existing resources that are there, what are the skill sets that are there, what kind of skill addition we can do without doing a skill replacement or doing a skill displacement, so that the comfort level and the familial fiber is not changed. ଆମେ ସେଠି ଗୋଟେ life enhancement or lifestyle enhancement କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଚାହୁଁଛୁ. I'll give you some examples, and another very interesting thing what we noticed is when we are talking about networking, forward and backward linkages, we would like to leverage the existing system that is there. Creating any new value chain takes time. And we have to keep in mind the blockages that are there. Like I said, if I go to an SHG group in a village and ask her to move out of her village and do extensive marketing, that may not be always possible. But if I can connect her to people who would market for her, that is very doable. Similarly, when I'm doing reverse linkages is something that we are specializing in. We are reaching out to agripreneurs who have wonderful innovations and connecting them to the SHG groups. So the SHG groups become the producer units. The agripreneurs become the face, and they are able to tap into the state, national, and international markets, thereby creating a brand not just for themselves, but also a source of livelihood for the women. And during our 2 years of extensive journey of working in different rural pockets, we have seen that the adaptation level of these women is very, very high. We should not underestimate their skill set and limit them to the traditional forms of which are very good. I mean, it is already established and there is a structure that they are following, but exposure to other interventions gives them more growth in terms of their skill set, more growth in terms of opportunities for learning, more growth in terms of putting eggs in different basket rather than one basket. I'll give just one example here. We connected some SHG groups. So we have an agripreneur or an innovator who is making datur. Nimbakathi samaste janchu ame chotobale use bhi karithilu, but over a period of time that has become redundant. So this innovator has made a machine which is bristling the neem bristles into small packets without losing the juice. Now he is placing these machines with the SHG groups. The SHG groups are using that, converting the neem sticks into neem toothlets, and he's selling these neem toothlets in a brush that he has designed at Snapdeal and Flipkart. The local resource we use है ना, women engage भी है, and they have an alternative to do something different, something new, which also gives them societal respect. So what we would like to propose here, or what we are doing, is giving them additional avenues, giving them dynamism. जेमते आमे एबे बालेश्वर we are teaching the women there how to work with waste to value tire tubes रो products बने पे train करूचो. So little different is what we are doing. I'll give another example. So this is one where we are working with the datum, then we are working with tire tubes. Again we are working when we are going into goatry, we have agripreneurs who work in agripreneurs who work with a different style of goat rearing. They are now conducting training units so that the SHG groups come up with a goat rearing pattern where the mortality rate goes down. They teach them how to do cross breeding. And so the growth phase reduces from 2 years to 9 months. So small interventions that are there in different pockets are now being brought into these pockets of Orissa, and women have adopted very well. What we now need, and we feel the need of Orissa, is now we have so many SHG groups here who know what it is to have a lifestyle of their own, who are financially independent. They need to be provided with a bigger platter, with more technologies to choose from, which they can adopt based on their access to natural resources. And that is where we say translational interventions have to happen. So we have to adapt these technologies to the local ecosystem, and the SHGs get to adopt them into their lives so that they can multifold their revenues, and these revenues would be sustainable and would extend over a period of time, because there is assured money generation, because at the front end the market is usually taken care of. So that those are some things that in key areas of intervention that is there. Apart from that, regular, when we are working with SHGs, what we have also seen is, apart from the technical training that is there, entrepreneurial skill set also needs to be built. These women need to be empowered on how to create, like Prashant sir mentioned, that we need to create enterprises, but these ladies need to learn how to run enterprises, to be able to leverage the facilities that are there, that are given by the banks. So those capacity building activities are also be done from our end, so that these women not just are technically skilled, but entrepreneurially also skilled to build their own enterprises. And so that when we move out, once we walk out of the hand holding, they are sustainable, scalable enterprises by themselves, and they become role models for the other SHG groups that are there. And these units of women technology parks that are being created can be replicated in different districts based on the local skill set that is there. So we can work on interventions, let's say small regular technologies, adding a dash of new science, so that the value add becomes multifold, not just single fold, but multifold, and that becomes a scalable model. So these are some of the common or regular factors that we are doing, but there is still a lot that can be done, and for that we look forward to the support of the government and institutions like OCF, who can help us connect and leverage the existing potential that is there, so that the women at large can move forward and become a reckoning force. And since sir had said to keep it to 10 minutes, I think my 10 minutes are up right now. I will limit this here. Thank you all.
Thank
Thank you. Thank you, Sureka ji, for adhering to the timeline. It has been. But then, अपने अल्प समय भितरे जहाँ कहले आपनकर एक्टिविटी विषय रे बहुत लोक निश्चित भाव रे तंकर ज्ञान पाइथिबे जे केमिति आपण माने विभिन्न प्रकार टेक्नोलॉजी रे नुआ नुआ जिनस करिवा पई चेष्टा करूचंती, इनोवेशन करिवा पई चेष्टा करूचंती, एवं केमिति से
इनोवेशंस अछि तांकू एसएचजीस पर्यंत पहुंचिया पई पड़िबो।
एग्जैक्टली तेणु सेटा आपनकर केमिति आपणठू आरंभ करी एसएचजी पर्यंत केमती जीव को माध्यम रे जीव, सरकार माध्यम रे जीव कि ओसीएफ माध्यम रे जीव कि आउ किछि उपाय हमें बाहर करिवा, दैट वी हैव टू थिंक and I think that is the message which you have conveyed. बहुत
धन्यवाद। पटनायक सर, मैं तुषार कहूची, तुषार साहू, can I ask a small question to her?
Yes, sure.
Sure.
मो जानिया को चाहूची किट रो जो आपण टेक्नोलॉजिकल इनोवेशन implement करिसेंती SSG group संगरे. Is there any example you can give success story just to
सर हमें
give?
चिकिटी रे गोटे WTP सेटअप करिचु के नुआगांव रे चिकिटी ब्लॉक रे.
What is WTP? Women
Technology Park. तो हमें कौन करूची गोटे टेक्नोलॉजी पार्क हे गले कौन होची there is a place where they can come to, so it feels like work, and सेठी दी तीनटा छोटा innovations हमें integrate करिचु. So like mu jemti कहले neem making machine अछि. Now we are setting up a millet making machine, but the intervention is we are teaching them how to use amylase so that जो carcinogenic production हुए bread making रे सेटा reduce हे जिवो.
And how are they able to market that? Is there any intermediary marketing agripreneur who have been picking up those items from them?
Yes, sir. So that is the beauty, like I said, because existing technologies and existing agripreneurs are there, we do backward linkages. Say area ro skill set jodi mu dekli ko area re
No, that is okay. I have understood your approach, but
right.
Have they been able to do that, or there are still some? Is it work in progress?
No, sir. They have been able to do it.
So they have been able to market those products which they are in
so
producing.
The established market was there. These people became the producing chain. So we train them.
And somebody is helping them to market it.
Yes. So they have an existing marketing channel. We help them establish market linkages also, and the backward integration happens with these producer groups, so that the social impact is also there.
That's very, very good to hear. What is your future plan? Next 6 months, 1 year? What more are you going to do?
So right now we have just tied up with Agni. We are bringing in a lot more frugal, as we say, low cost technologies for the SHG groups. And then we'll be doing a mapping in terms of location for the local resources available and the skill set available.
Which are the area you have identified?
So we have just started. Just COVID says Saruchi economy is opening up.
I know.
Sir, Kandhamal is one of the core areas, obviously, but we are also looking at Nayagarh.
And what product is that?
Sir, product again. First, we have to do a mapping.
You are still mapping that.
Yes, sir. Mapping for it.
No, I think you need to. I don't know your resource position. You need to scale up. You have done a pilot project.
Yes,
now
sir.
You need to scale up, because in order to make an impact, significant impact on the economic development of this SSG group, I think there is a need for scaling up this kind of innovation ideas and plans you have put in place. If you really require helping hand in terms of resources, OCF can be a partner to you, and we have more than 1,000 senior industry professionals in every field. Be it agriculture, be it tourism, be it jewelry making, be it any field you see, not only in India, but abroad also, and they are ready to help both economic resources as well as technical resources. That is the point I was trying to just inform you.
Really lovely, because the pilot has worked really well, and I really wanted to propose to the government also, because what we are doing is, see, traditional methods are fine, but when you give them an added touch, the kind of respect and the kind of multifold increase in livelihood is there is unmatched.
See, in Odisha, there are lakhs and lakhs of SSGs, and as the Secretary Odisha Livelihood Mission rightly pointed out, the first phase of setting SSG and working SSG is over. Now the time has come to take the next step, which is proving to be a difficult proposition because of various constraints. It could be technology, it could be financial, it could be other marketing aspect, branding, packaging, and all those things. So I think unless we pull together as a team, government will certainly help. You are doing already a good job. OCF has been created for this purpose only. So if you really want help or scaling up your ideas and your action plan, we are here to help.
So that would be wonderful if we can catch up sometime post this webinar and do a structured roadmap and impact map and take it forward.
Yeah, that's right. Please keep in mind. Yeah.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
Thank you.
thank you, Patnaik, sir.
Thank you so much, Sureka ji. Abhijit Babu achanti ki?
Yes, yes, sir. I'm
Abhijit Babu, would you like to say something upfront now?
Yes, sir. I have a presentation. So, with your kind permission, I would like to proceed.
Can you please keep it a little brief because we are running out of time?
Sure,
Okay.
sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, is the presentation visible to all? I hope it is so.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So, good evening to esteemed speakers, Honorable Patnaik sir, and all my esteemed participants in this webinar. So today I will be speaking. I am Abhijit Mohanty, and I am Senior Consultant to MART Global Management Solutions LLP, professional consulting services firm. And today I will be speaking on ensuring economic resilience of women SHGs, the MART model. So just briefly, MART is a knowledge-based consultancy firm operating since 1993. So we have 27 years of experience, and we have a team of more than 80 professionals from the top institutions of the country. And we work across industries and sectors ranging from food and agribusiness, health, energy, technology, consumer goods and durables to livelihoods and skills in emerging markets. With respect to Odisha, we have rich experience of 17 years working with the government departments. We have worked for large-scale implementation programs with the Department of Forest and Environment, Panchayati Raj, ST and SC Development, Energy, and Water Resources. Apart from that, we have worked with several corporates in the state, such as ACC, NTPC, Tata Steel, Rabobank, Mitsubishi, and presently with Odisha Coal and Power Limited. The sectors that we worked on are agribusiness, livelihoods, skills, forest and environment, watershed, water and health, and education. So these are on the right are some of the bilateral and multilateral projects of the government: OTLP, WORLP, WARLOP, Integrated Coastal Zone Management Project, ICZMP, OFSDP, and with the Odisha Livelihoods Mission. So today, I will be, MART has been, as you could see, MART, as I explained, MART has a presence in all states of India, in Southeast Asian countries, as well as in the African continent. But today, what I will be sharing with you is a unique model which we have implemented in our very own Hengir block in Sundargarh district of Odisha. That is related to the promoting sustainable livelihoods for the mining displaced population.
Please mute yourself. Please on one. Yes.
So, just a brief background: Odisha Coal and Power Limited is a state PSU and a sister concern of OPGC, and they have a coal block in Manoharpur in Hengir block of Sundargarh district, where they have started mining. I think it was during 2012-13 to 2016 B.K. Patnaik sir's tenure. So, sir would like to recall about this project. So subsequently, there are many families in that Manoharpur village who have been displaced by OCPL, and they have been rehabilitated in an R&R colony, which has been constructed by OCPL. Now, the role of MART Global Management Solutions is to provide them alternative sustainable livelihoods so that the compensation money that they have received from the from OCPL, that is utilized productively. So the broad objectives, there are three objectives. The displaced families, as we call them, DFs, the DFs have to be involved in all the activities that we design for them. There has to be a productive utilization of the compensation money coupled with external linkages. And the end objective should be their income should be double within a period of 5 years. So if we conducted a baseline study in the beginning of the intervention, and whatever is the baseline income of each household, that has to be doubled after a period of 5 years. So MART's approach. So towards achieving our objectives, MART we promoted self-help groups, we promoted joint liability groups, and we promoted individual entrepreneurs. So we promoted, you can see in the picture here, the bubbles. We promoted production units by women SHGs, micro enterprises by individuals, activities by various groups like JLGs. We provided skill training to youth and support for self-employment. We created institutional linkages for capacity building and selling of our products. We enrolled the beneficiaries for different social security schemes, and we created convergences with line departments of the government so that our intervention becomes a multifaceted intervention with all the essential components built in. So the process that we followed, as you could see on the right, is we first we did a baseline survey from where we got to know about the skill levels of the beneficiaries, their interest levels, the sources of finance available to them, the local resource base, and their areas of interest. So then we conducted a market study. From the market study, we came to know what all products can be sold in the market, what all products the beneficiaries can produce, and which can be sold in the market. So then we matched the demand and supply aspects to arrive at sustainable livelihood interventions. So when once those were identified, then we sat with the beneficiaries, the SHG groups, we explained to them each and every activity, showed them videos of those activities, and conducted capacity building programs. Subsequently, then business plan were prepared. In the business plan, there were all details of the cost breakup, the fixed cost, the variable cost, how much is the profitability, what would be the break-even period for any intervention. If that intervention, that unit, particular micro enterprise unit operates at 100% capacity, what would be the benefit, what would be the profit, and what would be the break-even point? If it operates at 50% capacity, what would it be? So all these technicalities, what would be the net present value, the internal rate of return, all these were done and presented before the beneficiaries. Of course, before that, we trained them on various basic aspects of accounting and finance for them to understand all these concepts at a basic level. So subsequently, products were produced by them, and it was marketed at the local level, block level, district level, and besides at the state level also, which I will describe in the next few slides. So here I present self-employment for mining distressed women regarding the spices production unit which we have set up in Manoharpur, R&R colony. So here, as you can see, step 1, step 2, step 3. So I will explain brief by brief. So step 1, the SHGs, they were being mobilized. They sat together as a group and they took a decision that yes, when we prepared the business plan, showed them the feasibility and the viability that this is an activity which you can do. Would you like to do it? Yes. So the next step, we conducted capacity. Is to be done, and they should be involved in all the processes. So the fourth step was that the collected raw materials, they were graded. So the bigger ones, fingers, they would be sold as whole spices, and the smaller ones, they would be ground and sold as turmeric powder. Fifth step is you could see the SHG member is grinding the turmeric. The sixth step, they are packaging it. Seventh, it is the products which are ready for sale. And eighth, they are selling these products at the Palishri Melas. So I would like to, this Manohar brand, this is a brand which was designed for them. Manohar because Manoharpur and Manohar. So it is a brand which naturally resonates with their identity. So Manohar brand we designed for them. And as you could see on the right side panel, they have done business in just 11 months. They have done business worth more than 17 lakhs with a profit rate of 34.55%. So what they did, they are selling their products in the local areas, and they have attended Palishri Melas in 7 to 8 districts of the state, and from that they have earned this income. So this is a very powerful model which has been promoted. Secondly, mushroom cultivation. This is one of the traditional activities, but what really makes us stand out is the intervention, is the different kind of intervention that we have done here. So as you can see here, you can see from step 1 to step 15, right from setting up the bamboo racks to water tank, mushroom spawn, sterilization. You can see the whole process in the middle, and collectivization up to selling and marketing. Everything is being done in a very step-by-step, very methodical manner, and a pictorial package of practices and standard operating procedures have done for each of the for these activities. Mushroom production is one of the core activities, and this season, if I say, the SHGs, they have earned over 4 lakh rupees just in a matter of 4 to 5 months during the COVID period. Apart from that, these are some of the activities: agarbatti preparation, phenyl manufacture. This is an iron fabrication unit. We have a stitching unit which really stood up to the situation when lockdown was announced in March, on March 22nd. And they were perhaps amongst the first SHGs who really started stitching masks and distributing in the local areas to government offices in all good faith. So, and subsequently, since the shops, the establishments were closed, we faced some difficulties, but then we arranged for the raw materials, and again, hundreds of thousands of masks have been prepared and sold since then, since April. Then we have buffet plate making units. We have paper plate laminated with leaf plate making units. Then rice mills. You can see strawberry cultivation, floriculture, backyard poultry, skill training. So all for each of these activities, business plans have been prepared. We have sat with the beneficiaries. We have taken them to the markets. We have asked them that you ask whatever questions you want to ask, however silly it may be. But you should be confident. At the end of the day, you should be confident that whatever I am doing, what MART is telling me to do, it is profitable, it is viable. And the hallmark of this project, which I'd like to share with everybody, is that for all these activities, the beneficiaries have invested their compensation money. For each activity, 100% of the contribution has come from the beneficiaries. MART has provided technical support, MART has provided knowledge support, we have provided capacity building support, but all the investment has come from them. We insisted that unless 3 business cycles are completed by them from their own money, they should not be borrowing from the bank or from any other external source. So this is one aspect which really makes them sustainable. We are still with them, but now we are at a distance, sitting back from a distance and seeing whether they are doing it properly or not, all these activities. So whenever they trip, then we are there to help them. So this is how we are building sustainability into the system. Now, during COVID times, this April to September, this lockdown phase and the unlock phase, this 6 months, our marketing strategy, it actually paid off in the sense that we concentrated on the local markets as well as on the district level and state level markets. So during COVID times when movement was restricted, our local level marketing helped us actually help the beneficiaries in earning their regular incomes. So these type of banners were put up at different places because of which people could really know that what products are available with us, and the beneficiaries, I am proud to share with you that they did business worth ₹2.4 million during the lockdown unlock phases. Simply in the, they are working in the R&R colony, and just within 10 to 15 kilometer radius, the products were being sold, and they could achieve business of 2.4 million during this period. So the key learnings is that selection of appropriate business activity through feasibility assessment is one of the most essential aspects. Secondly, it is very necessary to have the intensive and active involvement of the beneficiaries during each stage, because that will really help create ownership among them. Otherwise, external agencies may do a lot and show a lot, but ultimately it will not create sustainability. Third point is that we should start with the local markets, then learn from our experiences, develop the products further, and then diversify production to bigger markets. we should focus more on product development and process improvement rather than short-term financial gains. That if the product is at a particular level, it has been prepared at a particular stage, so it may be selling in the local market because people are not very conscious about quality or the shape. But if we are to sell that product in the district level or state level market, that won't sell because people are quality conscious. So whatever products we are preparing here, producing here in the colony, so that should be meet the basic quality standards. Only then will we sell it in the market. Fifth, social welfare activities on a parallel basis help in creating better social bonding. So apart from this livelihood intervention income generating activities, it is always better that we top up with some social security schemes, social welfare activities, which really means endears the communities to us. They think that yes, apart from their technical support, they are also providing us some kind of social security support. And last but not the least, it is not always necessary to do different things for sustainable livelihoods of SHGs. But if it is done differently, then it can work wonders. So this is the last slide. Till now, I was discussing about one focused intervention of ours in Sundargarh. But MART, we have helped promote millions of beneficiaries in our 27 years of experience and work across India and other countries. So in OFSDP project, we worked in 9 forest divisions with a timeline of 9 years. And we promoted both small IGAs and cluster level IGAs. So in small IGAs, around 40 kinds of product IGAs across 3,100 SHGs. That is roughly around 31,000 SHG members were benefited. And in the cluster IGA approach, so 42 product-based clusters were promoted for 9 different kinds of products. So the feasibility and viability, we call it the 3M approach: micro planning, micro market, and microfinance. So with this, I would like to conclude my presentation, but I would like to say that one picture may be worth 1,000 words, but there is nothing like witnessing the thing yourself. So I would like to invite all my esteemed speakers and my esteemed participants to our site in Hemgir anytime, whenever they feel comfortable. So please come for yourself and see for yourself the intervention. And thank you so much.
थैंक यू अभिजीत बाबू आपनकर जो प्रेजेंटेशन देले जो एरिया विषय आपण कहउचंती मोर क्षेत्र प्रति गोटे विशेष दुर्बलता रही कारण मु कलेक्टर थी सुंदरगढ़ रे एवं हेमगेर अंचल किभली भाव में बैकवर्ड एरिया से विषय मु भल भाव जाने एवं सेठी आपण माने जेमती एसएचजी मानक जरिया रे लक्ष लक्ष टंकार व्यवसाय करचंती पैंडेमिक समय रे निश्चित भाव में आपण मानकू धन्यवाद देवा उचित एवं मार्ट माध्यम रे आपण ए शिक्षा अन्य मानक देवा दरकार राजेश बाबू बोधे एठी शुणुथिबे जे केमिति ए गोटे मॉडल को रेप्लिकेट करा जीवो कारण चारियाडे तो ए प्रकार विभिन्न एक्टिविटीज होउची विभिन्न अनुष्ठान करूचंती किंतु ताको किभली भाव रे हमें खूब व्यापक करि परिबा बहुत महिला को इतरे शामिल करि परिबा एवं लक्ष लक्ष बेनिफिशियरीज को हम सहाय्य करि परिबा सेटा हमर लक्ष्य रहबा उचित एवं सेतिपाई गोटे निर्दिष्ट खसड़ा प्रस्तुत करबा उचित
सर ओसीएफ सर ओसीएफ को थ्रू दिस वेबिनार मु ओसीएफ को भी कहिया को चाहूची टीम को कि आमे मार्ट जमती एठी सुंदरगढ़ रे काम करूछु एवं अन्य राज्य माने करे काम करूछु वी वुड डेफिनेटली लाइक टू टेक आवर मॉडल टू different parts of Odisha and definitely OCF तांकर institutional partners and there are so many professionals जो माने एथिरे अछंती so definitely we can work with them and we can help bring greater changes in our state.
Abhijit Babu, apan ko where are you based in Bhubaneswar?
Yes sir, I am based at Bhubaneswar.
Acha, you kindly give your phone number in the chat box for contact numbers. Definitely. So that we, because you have created and perfected certain models for SSG, not only for SSG, for larger development of the grassroots level at the village level. So yes, those will be helpful in scaling up these operations. Absolutely. And for that, we will try to help you and help OCF would like to get associated with you and pick up your brain on certain areas where activities can be scaled up, and which way we need to discuss that with you.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
please leave your contact numbers. We will be in touch with you.
Sure, sure. We look forward to collaborating with you. Thank you very much, Mr. Tushar sir.
Thank you so much. Now, may I request
Shashwat Brahma, sir.
Shashwat Brahma,
Sir.
founder
Hi.
Gopik. I don't know the full form of Gopik.
Yeah.
Would you like to elaborate Gopik and tell us what are your activities and in what way you can serve the cause of the self-help groups and rural livelihood mission? Thank you so much, Mr. Brahma.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity. So finally, I get to present. I have a PPT which I would like to share. And ମୁଁ ଏଇ ପ୍ରେଜେଣ୍ଟେସନ ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ ଚାହୁଁଛି କାହିଁକି କି ଆମର ବହୁତ ଏସଏଚଜି ଗ୍ରୁପ ମେମ୍ବର୍ସ ଅଛନ୍ତି ଏଇ କଲରେ ଯାହାଙ୍କ ସାଙ୍ଗରେ ଆମେ କାମ କରୁ ଯାହାଙ୍କ ସାଙ୍ଗରେ ଆମକୁ ଆସୋସିଏଟ ହବାର ଅଛି ଇନ ଫ୍ୟୁଚର
No problem. Continue, sir.
Gopik ଗୋଟେ ମୁଁ ମୋର earlier avatar ରେ I was the global head with Standard Chartered Bank based in Singapore. 2 ବର୍ଷ ତଳେ ମୁଁ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆ ଓଡ଼ିଶା ଆସିଲି to do some work in rural. आमे मु बहुत जगह देखिली कि को जिंस मते करिबारे अछि कोठी काम करिबारे अछि मु गोटे जिंस रे बहुत इंप्रेस्ड थली बहुत प्रभावित थली जोटा एसएचजी और एफपीओ ग्रुप्स जेमती फॉर्म होची तो मोस्ट ऑफ आम टीम देखुचंती समस्त बाहरे थिलो समस्त आमे आसिकरी एटा स्टार्ट करछु हमर एक्सपीरियंस स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम मल्टीनेशनल बैंक टू वर्ल्ड बैंक टू सीईओ ऑफ लार्ज कंपनीज इन India. So आमे समस्त मिसिकरी ए ऑर्गेनाइजेशन आरंभ करलु जोठी आमे गोटे सेल्फ सस्टेनिंग एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप रूरल रे डेवलप करबा को चाहिलु तो हमर मेन मॉडल होची गोटे रूरल एंगेजमेंट मॉडल आमे पैक्स विलेज लेवल एंटरप्रेन्योर्स एफपीओ समस्त के संगे काम करछु किंतु मोर ए प्रेजेंटेशन फोकस करबा एसएचजीस ऊपर आमे एसएचजीस का संगे केमती काम करछु और केमती आमे तांको सहित फ्यूचर रे एसोसिएट भी हबा को चाहछु तो आमे कोन करलु देखिलु कि बहुत गुडे गां रे बहुत रिक्वायरमेंट्स अछि जोटा कि आज दिन रे फुलफिल हे पारोनी बिकॉज़ ऑफ लॉजिस्टिक्स चैलेंज बिकॉज़ ऑफ वेरियस चैलेंजेस की जिंसो पहुंची पारोनी रूरल को सेटा को करके आउ अर्बन रे हम सिटीज रे भी बहुत जिंस दरकार होची जोटा पहुंचुनी आइदर फ्रेश और सर्टेन रिसोर्सेज जोटा कि पहुंची पारुनी अर्बन को तो आमे गोटे डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म क्रिएट करलु आ आमे जाईकरी सब गां रे ओडिसा एंटरप्रेन्योर्स को क्रिएट करकरी तांको आमे सब डेटा और इंफॉर्मेशन जोटा दरकार आ गुड्स तांको दरकार गां रे सेल करबा पे टू बिकम अ सक्सेसफुल एंटरप्रेन्योर आमे तांको प्रोवाइड करछु तो आमे मोबाइल और फिजिकल मीटिंग्स थ्रू रे एंगेज करूछु आमे ऑन द अदर साइड आमे बहुत डायरेक्टली मैन्युफैक्चरर्स संगे डायरेक्टली प्रोड्यूसर्स संगे कांटेक्ट करूछु आ तांकर जिंस आनकरी एसएचजीस को दोछु आ एसएचजीस को फॉरवर्ड ताकू सेल करिबारे हेल्प करूछु सो आमे गोटे एसएचजी ग्रुप को नेकरी तांको इन्वेंटरी दोछु जोटा से माने बिकी परिबे आमे तांको फाइनेंसिंग प्रोवाइड करछु से इन्वेंटरी किनिबा पे जदी तांको 30 डेज कि 60 डेज पे फाइनेंस दरकार सेटा आमे दोछु आमे तांको सेल करिबा पे ट्रेनिंग दोछु आमे तांको हैंड होल्ड करूछु ए इन्वेंटरी एसएचजीस माने नेला परे आमे एसएचजी मान को सहित काम करकरी सेटा तांको एरिया रे सेल करूछु आमे यदि ताको फाइनेंस दरकार किछि भी जिंसो पई आमे प्रोवाइड करूछु आउ आमे गां गां रे ए इवेंट एक्टिविटीज करी एसएचजीस को हेल्प करूछु टू सेल देयर प्रोड्यूस की से मान जो इन्वेंटरी आमे तांको दोछु सेटा केमती जल्दी बिक्री होबो ताकि तांकर रेवेन्यू ता धुरु जल्दी आसु आउ जो एसएचजी निजे किछि करूचंती ओ पापड़ हो बड़ी हो जहा हो आमे ताकू इंडिया रे और एक्सपोर्ट मार्केट रे भी सेल करूछु सो एटा गोटे पूरा कंप्लीट एसएचजी एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप मॉडल जोटा आमे डेवलप करछु हमर सहित आज का दिन रे इंडिया रो आउ इंटरनेशनल बहुत बड़ बड़ कंपनीज एसोसिएटेड असंती आमे तांको प्रोडक्ट्स नै किरी रूरल को जाउछु to make the rural person earn lot more than what they are earning today. So in देखिबे आम पाखरे हीरो रो एक्सक्लूसिव डिस्ट्रीब्यूटरशिप अछि फॉर रूरल ओयो संगे हमर टाई अप अछि लाइम रोड रॉयल सुंदरम बैंक्स इंश्योरेंस कंपनीज मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एग्री प्रोड्यूस कंपनीज हमें समस्त को हमें जेते हे पारे एमान को प्रोड्यूस रूरल हम एंटरप्रेन्योर्स एसएचजी एंटरप्रेन्योर्स थ्रू सेल करूछु तो जदि आपण देखिबे हमें कोन इन्वेंटरी दोछु एसएचजीस मान को जदि आपण हम संगे पार्टनर करिवे एग्रीकल्चर साइड रे हमें आपण को फूड प्रोड्यूस तो गोट फार्मिंग तो नर्सरी तो इक्विपमेंट्स सबू हमें प्रोवाइड करूछु गुड्स रे हमें आपण को बाइसाइकिल सोलार लैंप सोलार स्ट्रीट लाइट्स सोलार सबू प्रोडक्ट्स एलईडी स्विंग मशीन कंप्यूटर एटा दोछु आपण हमर एजेंट भी हे परबे जोठी आपण लोन सेल करबे आ आपण को कमीशन मिलबो इंश्योरेंस आपण आप निज गां पे होटल बुक करबे कहा को जॉब चाकरी दरकार तो हम पोर्टल थ्रू जॉब्स भी करै परिबे आमे रूरल एजुकेशन ऊपर भी काम करूछु आउ अन्य जिंस जोटा डे टू डे रिक्वायरमेंट्स इन रूरल एई सबो आमे गोटे बंडल करकरी एसएचजी को इन्वेंटरी रे दोछु जोटा कि सी आमठू आइदर फाइनेंस करे परिबे नहीं तो सी निजे भी नहीं परिबे आउ जोटा रे एई जिंस नेला परे आमे तांको सेल करिबारे भी बिक्री करिबारे भी हेल्प करछु तो आमे गोटे एंड टू एंड सॉल्यूशन प्रोवाइड करछु so that our SHG माने successful हुअन्तु से higher returns देखन्तु higher money देखन्तु and से माने positively economy को impact करन्तु और more and more employment create करन्तु so एटा हमें inventory रे करूछु आमे बहुत SHG संगे associated अछु आमे ग्राउंड लेवल रे काम करू एसएचजीस एफपीओ सहित बसी करी तांका संगे रे रूरल लेवल रे काम करू तांकू एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप सिखाऊ तांकू वी ट्राई एंड मेक देम सक्सेसफुल एंटरप्रेन्योर्स एंड हेल्प क्रिएट अ लॉट ऑफ पॉजिटिव एम्प्लॉयमेंट एंड पॉजिटिव इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट तांको एरिया रे तो हमरो एसएचजी मॉडल एमती अछि कि इन्वेंटरी रो 2x to 3x 2x to 3x रिटर्न से पाई परिबे तो हमें तंको कंटीन्यूअसली हेल्प प्रोवाइड करूछु तो जे भी एसएचजी जदी हम संगे एसोसिएटेड होबा कथा चाहुचंती कि जदि को एसएचजी को हमें हेल्प करि परिबो कि any organization where we can collaborate to reach out and create more SHG entrepreneurs हमको अपन reach out करि परिबे we are a startup based in Orissa we are recognized by Startup India Startup Orissa हम business model को United Nations थो भी award मिली ची last November रे so these are small things we are trying to do to make a difference and that's all I have to say thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak
Saswat Babu, which area are you operating in Orissa? Are you available in all parts of Odisha?
Yes, we are right now. By next month, we will be in 12 districts. In the next 6 months, we are targeting to be in all 30 districts, and then we will start other state operations.
Saswat Babu, namaskar. Can you please share your contacts?
Just right over there. No?
This side, Paresh Kumar.
I will. What I'll do is I'll put it in.
Hello.
The chat. Sorry.
अपना contact share करिवे.
Again.
Take forward the discussion.
Our collaboration.
Put that in the chat box.
ଏଇଟା sir ମୁଁ chat ରେ ପକେଇ ଦେଇଛି.
Ashwat Babu, this is an idea stage or implemented?
Ashwat Babu,
Sorry, we are already in production. Yes.
No, have you implemented or just idea stage? What is the revenue of last year? How much you made revenue?
Sir, I won't share my revenue on the forum, but yes, we are not at an idea stage. We are at an execution stage, sir. We almost broke even last year, and this year we are planning to be at a higher revenue trajectory. We closed one seed round of funding last month.
That's why you are trying to project yourself as a kind of aggregator, huh?
Yes.
Aggregator.
Yes, we are working as an aggregator model. So we do not hold any inventory.
Aggregator for all services.
All services. Yes.
Not confront any banking, product, everything and everything.
Shashwat Babu, ଟିକେ screen ହଟେଇ ନିଅନ୍ତୁ.
Okay.
Shashwat Babu, from where you are operating now?
Please, Paresh Babu, ଟିକେ ରହିବେ, ଟିକେ mute ରୁହନ୍ତୁ. Because session ସରିଛି, Patnaik sir ଙ୍କ views ପରେ will go for this question and answer, then you can ask personally. Patnaik sir.
I think all the people who are supposed to present have finished their presentation. Am I right?
Sir, ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କର ସରିଗଲା sir.
ଆଜ୍ଞା sir.
So ଆଜି ତ ମୁଁ କହିବି ଯେ ଯୋଉମାନେ ପାର୍ଟିସିପେଟ୍ କଲେ, ଯୋଉମାନେ ପ୍ରେଜେଣ୍ଟ କଲେ, ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ମୁଁ ମୋର ଆନ୍ତରିକ ଧନ୍ୟବାଦ ଦେବି କାହିଁକି ନା
Sir, namaskar. I am interrupting. I am from Mission Shakti. I want to share something, sir.
Yes, please.
ମୁଁ ଏବେ ଇନଭାଇଟ୍ କରିଥାନ୍ତି ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ସୁଶାନ୍ତ ସୁଧାଂଶୁ ବାବୁ ଟିକେ ଇଣ୍ଟ୍ରୋଡ୍ୟୁସ କରିକି ଆପଣ କୁହନ୍ତୁ.
Sir, I am working as their OST in Directorate of Mission Shakti. तो ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ମୋର ନମସ୍କାର. ମୁଁ କହିବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁ ଯେ ଆମର ମିଶନ ଶକ୍ତି ଲୋନ 0% ରେ ଦିଆ ହଉଛି ଲାଇକ୍ ବଟ୍ ଜେପିଏଲ ଜେଏସଏଲ ର ଯୋଉ କହିଲେ ସେ ସାର୍ କହିଲେ ହୋତା ବାବୁ କହିଲେ ଯେ ତାଙ୍କର ଗୋଟେ ଫଣ୍ଡସ୍ ଅଛି ଯୋଉଥିରେ 0% ରେ ଦେ ଆର୍ ଅଲସୋ ପ୍ରୋଭାଇଡିଂ ଫଣ୍ଡସ୍ ଟୁ ଦ ଏସଏଚଜି ଟୁ ସଷ୍ଟେନ୍ देयर ट्रेड. Similarly, Mission Shakti also providing Mission Shakti loan. Any SHG, irrespective of formation aspect, जे भी फॉर्म करथिले तांको 3 लाख जेते लोन नेले 3 लाख टंका लोन रे से माने रेगुलरली रिपेमेंट कले से इंटरेस्ट ता गवर्नमेंट फुनी बियर करी तांको अकाउंट को रिटर्न करे दोचंदी. So practically the loan becomes 0% loan up to 3 lakhs. And this is also not one time. जेते थरो लोन नेले constantly ठीक समय सुझी देले सेते थरो भी तांको सपोर्ट दिया होची से इंटरेस्ट. फर्स्ट कथा कहली. सेकंड कथा कहि मु जे हमर जो एसएचजी जने बंधु भी कहिले जे विभिन्न मेला ए सब फोरम रे जाय पार्टिसिपेट करजंती. Besides those forum, they don't have other forum to showcase their product and sell. So marketing ta really struggling things in Mission Shakti. SHG माने जो प्रोड्यूस करजंती marketing ही मेन obstacle रहउची जो कि SCF can help. विभिन्न डिस्ट्रिक्ट रो पावनर प्रोडक्ट सब अछि. आम पाखे लॉट ऑफ प्रोडक्ट्स हम जो एसएचजी माने करचंती लिस्ट इज आल्सो विथ अस. if somebody wants we can also share. तो एनी प्रोडक्ट रे जेहेतु ओसीएफ हैज ऑलरेडी टोल्ड सेमानकर प्रेजेंस हो विभिन्न नेशनल इंटरनेशनल लेवल रे प्रेजेंस अछि एंड आल्सो दे आर experienced in different sectors, so they can extend their help in marketing support to our SHG products. Similarly आमे वर्तमान प्रत्येक जीपी रे ओटा मिशन शक्ति गृह करा होची जो थर की से माने एसएचजी मा माने मीटिंग करिवे विभिन्न समय रे एंड आल्सो साइड बाय साइड दे हैव वन सेल काउंटर जो थर के तांकर प्रोड्यूस ता से सेठी डिस्प्ले करिवे एवं नियर बाय जो मानकर नीडी अछन दे कैन परचेज फ्रॉम दैट प्लेस. तो सेही एस्पेक्ट रे समस्त जीपी रे गोटे नखा मिशन शक्ति गृह होची वर्तमान ए अंडर कंस्ट्रक्शन अछि. केते जगह रे कंस्ट्रक्शन अराउंड 100 हेई सरलानी. एंड आल्सो व्हाट वी फेल्ट जेंति पातिल सर कहथिले मार्केटिंग ए ब्रांडिंग पैकेजिंग एंड लेबलिंग ए गुडा सब स्ट्रगल करंती एवं से माने एसएचजी ऑन देयर ओन दे डिसाइड देयर प्रोडक्ट प्राइस बट से माने साइंटिफिक वे जाननाती तांको प्रोडक्ट प्राइस ता केते वैल्यू हेई पारे. ତାଙ୍କର raw material aspect no ଆମେ ଯେମିତି ଜାଣିଛୁ ବିଭିନ୍ନ component ମିଶିକି ଗୋଟେ cost of product ହବ technically they do not know have such things तो OCF ଯଦି any technical institution सागरे tie up करिवो आमे SHG मानको आनिबु where they can get the trend on this packaging labeling and determining their price of product. This will be also helpful to the SHG. And also lastly I will tell the SHG movement रो की जो economical aspect रे vertical growth होजी जो group माने sustain हेकिन काम करछनी product रो marketability से माने जानि चंदी they are growing किंतु vertical growth एते होउनी सर जेमति कहिले पातिल सर कहिले like Lizard Pampers has given one example or Britannia biscuit example they have given गोटे प्रोडक्ट एक्सपोज हेले तार नियर बाय प्रोडक्ट सब अन्य ग्रुप माने इंटरेस्टेड होचंदी प्रोड्यूस करिया पे सिमिलरली एनी प्रोडक्ट आमे जदी मार्केटेबिलिटी सस्टेन करबा तांकर नियर बाय ग्रुप जे सेही प्रोडक्ट सेही ट्रेड टा को अडॉप्ट करिवे सो दैट the business can expand throughout the state all these things I want to share that is why I have interrupted sir sorry sir
नहीं सुधांशु आउ पदे कहंतु ओसीएफ आपण मिशन शक्ति को मध्य इनवाइट करथिला आजिर वेबिनार पाई आपन कोन लागिला दीपद कहि कि जस्ट क्लोज
हम ठीक लागि जे जो प्लेटफॉर्म हम तो जानि नथलु फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम वी हैव जॉइंड टू दिस प्लेटफॉर्म वी नीड दिस टाइप ऑफ सपोर्ट आ गोटे मु माने रो एग्जांपल देबी रो मटेरियल गोटा हमर गोटरी मीट रो थ्रू आउट द स्टेट हमर डिमांड अछि and also somehow we are depending in nearby states किंतु तारो मार्केटेबिलिटी हमें भाबिया तांग दुओ स्टेप रु एटा मार्केटेबिलिटी अछि किंतु दुओ स्टेप रे किनु छिके सेठी जे ताकू सब माने बिजनेस करछि किंतु तार ओटा मॉनिटराइज मेकानिज्म जो है मार्केटेबिलिटी नाही तो जदी ताकू ओटा केम देखियबो डेफिनेटली हम एसएस जो माने गोटे ट्रेडर छन दे कैन गेट मोर बेनिफिट
सुधांशु बाबू मु तुषार साहू कहूची ओसीएफ मु सीनियर एडवाइजर अछि मते आपन का नंबर टा देले आई विल गेट इन टच विथ यू आपन को वेबसाइट रे अछि आई
नै प्रेमानंद को पाखरे अछि
सर प्रेमानंद ठीक अछि प्रेमानंद से हम नै जिबी हमें आपन को कांटेक्ट करी की अपॉइंटमेंट नै की जिबू वी विल ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आर द रिक्वायरमेंट्स and which area has potential for wider marketing network because it depends on the what volume are they producing or it needs localized marketing so there are different kind of marketing requirements for different products सेगुडा डिस्कशन टिके प्रिलिमिनरी करिले तापरे आमे गोटे तार सॉल्यूशन बाहर करियो चेष्टा करिवो सेकंड थिंग हला गोटेरी रे 2-3 entrepreneurs who have set up big gotery farms now in Odisha. So we will discuss that in detail if you are interested in that area, sir.
Okay, sir.
We are connected with them. Yeah.
I want to add one thing, sir. ये तो forum रे बहुत official अछंती. I want to share that if any SHG formed by them are interested to take avail this mission shakti loan, we are free to support them. Our staffs are right now up to block level presence is there.
You are giving loan up to what amount? Only 3 lakhs?
Whatever amount SHG may avail, up to 3 lakhs, 0% loan they will be getting. Up to 3 lakhs, all interest will be borne by the state.
If only 3 lakhs?
Up to 3 lakh.
If somebody averages only 3 lakhs, loan is free.
Loan free, mane interest free. Loan not free, interest free.
No, interest free. Suppose somebody averages only 3 lakhs, the interest is free for him.
Interest is free in the sense you have to pay the interest in time. And later on, subsequently, it will be refunded to the SHG account.
What interest, normally, what is the interest you're charging?
Whatever bank they are levying around 11-12%, entire interest is borne by the government once they repay in time.
You pay the interest, you will reimburse it back.
Yes, yes.
How many days? And after how many? After repayment of 3 years or 1 year or what?
Immediately. In 3 months, we are refunding. After 3 months, banks are claiming the claims of the SHG with us. Immediately within 7-8 days, we are refunding it.
No, sir. My point is, suppose somebody is borrowing for a period of 1 year, 3 lakhs rupees. So you will be after 1 year or 3 months? Because only after paying of the
No. Let me say, bank has a schedule of repayment. In every month, the SHG has to repay the certain portion of the principal and the interest.
Correct.
So banks are claiming interest from us after a period of 3 months. On quarterly basis, they are claiming the interest from us. So we are releasing the interest to the banks, and bank in turn refunding the interest to the SHG account after every 3 months.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your information and participation. And we will come back to you with a marketing. We'll meet you and then prepare a marketing architecture to support the SHG network in Odisha. Thank you.
Specifically, sir, I will request, my last request will be, if any professional firm is tied up with OCF for training on this packaging, branding and labeling, and also to determining the product of the cost of the product. This will be very much help to the SHG.
No, we'll take the help of Indian Institute of Packaging for creating a particular packaging for a particular product, because each product will need different kind of packaging. So we will try to do that. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir.
But next, sir.
Thank you. ଆଉ କିଏ କହିବାର ଅଛି?
आज तो कहीं कहबार ना सर 2-3टा हमर टाइम तो सर हेलानी 7टा बाका बाकी सर सर गोटे दी जण हैंड रेज करचंती तांको दी जण को सर टिके स्कोप दबा दुईटा क्वेश्चन पर बंद करबा पाटिल सर को पाई क्वेश्चन मध्ये थिला पाटिल सर बे सुधा भी अछंती हम सहित
से ताल सेटा आगो हे जाऊ
डॉक्टर सरोजिन साहू अछंती हेलो
Dr. Sarojini Sahu, are you there?
बंजो बाबू अछंती बंजो बाबू परेश बंजो
यस यस अच्छे
आज्ञा
क्वेश्चन पचारन
नमस्कार नमस्कार पाटिल सर को मोर क्वेश्चन कैन यू प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड ओडिया पाटिल सर
जानंती पचारन
और पचारन तो तापर मु कहबे आ
सर 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 एक्चुअली वो नमस्कार मु एक्चुअली मु आपन को पोस्ट करिया पे चाहूतली जे आपन बहुत कथा बरी सुंदर भाबे डिस्क्राइब करले कोन चैलेंज छी सेतरे जते बेले हमें चिंता करूछु मार्केटिंग कथा कोनोसी प्रोडक्ट सेटा रियली चैलेंज बुली हम समस्त फील करूछु तो सेठी जते बेले हम केवल एक्सपोर्ट किबा कोनोसी गोटे फूड प्रोसेसिंग इंडस्ट्री के हम डाकिबो को एग्रीबिजनेस इंडस्ट्री को डाकिबो तापर हम लिंकेज हबो आम यही कथा भावुचु प्राय समस्ते आम भावुचु ये कथा किंतु देयर इज ए गैप लोकल डिमांड अच्छी लोकल सप्लाई और डिमांड मैच करू नहीं अनेक समय कैन वी क्रिएट ए प्लेटफॉर्म आम गोटे विलेज बेस्ड गोटे प्लेटफॉर्म टे क्रिएट करि परिबा सेही विलेज रे कम से कम जीपी लेवल रे से जीपी रो कोन डिमांड अच्छी और कोन सप्लाई अच्छी ताको मैच करिबा अनेक समय रे व्हाट आई अंडरस्टैंड अनेक जिंस हमर एटु कोरापुट नवरंगपुर रु भेजिटेबल जाऊँ रायपुर मार्केट पुणी फेरी आपर बरगढ़ को आसची संबलपुर को आसची एमती पुणी रायपुर मार्केट फेरुची आम थे मार्केट ये लोकल पाइलु आम रायपुर मार्केट गलु पुणी आमर एवटू गले भेजिटेबल किणिक आने ट्रेडर ये बिकवा सो आम जब प्रति विलेज लेवल गोटे नेटवर्क क्रिएट कर मार्केटिंग नेटवर्क लोकल सप्लाई और डिमांड को मैच कर मु भावुची आपन को अंडर ओरमास काम कर यू हैव एक्सपर्ट्स इन एवरी डिस्ट्रिक्ट जदि एमती गोटे आम प्रत्येक पंचायत एटलिस्ट डिमांड और सप्लाई को मैच करें गैप कौन जापारते जो सप्लाई चेन लोकल सप्लाई चेन प्रॉपर ना अगर को डिस्ट्रिक्ट सप्लाई पुल कर हम कि जो डिस्ट्रिक्ट ना आम आउट ऑफ द स्टेट दरकार पड़े आम से इंपोर्ट कर कौ जिन जदि से इंपोर्ट न कर प्रोडक्शन कर प्रोबेबिलिटी केते अच्छी सो दैट आम प्रोडक्शन जदि करूँ अनेक प्रोडक्शन बेस्ड लाइवलीहुड अपॉर्चुनिटी क्रिएट हो सो इन दिस वे आम जब गोटे वेब बेस्ड गोटे मशीन लर्निंग इत्यादि को प्रयोग करके ब्लॉकचेन को यूज करके जब गोटे प्लेटफॉर्म टे वेब प्लेटफॉर्म टे क्रिएट करबा एवं सबुठी इनफॉरमेशन गुडा को आम रेगुलरली से माने इनपुट करबा ताले भाबुची बधे बहुत कथा आम जो भाबुची बाहर के आसिक हेल्प करबो होता हम लोकल मार्केट रे हम लोकल प्रोडक्ट कंज्यूम हेछि आ अनेक तापर प्रोडक्ट एग्रीगेशन पई मध्ये सुविधा हो जो जो प्रोडक्शन एक्सेस होछि आम एक्जेक्टली जानि परबा
प्रश्न बुझी गली मो
आगे
मग प्रश्न मु बुझी जाई छी आमे भाभी करे एटा हबो बेसिकली एटा गोटे इकोनॉमिकल लॉजिक रे सब जिंस फ्लो करूची ओ आमे वेजिटेबल कथा कहबा ताले वेजिटेबल इज पेरिशेबल अच्छी बहुत
ताको ना आपण अधिका दिन रखी पारुचंती ना ताको दूर डिस्टेंस रे आपण ताको आउ गोटे प्रॉब्लम हमर आसुची जे बेसिकली केतेटा ते माने शॉर्ट पीरियड रे एते अधिक प्रमाण प्रोड्यूस होची आउ सेही जगह रे हमर अन्य डाइवर्सिफाइड टाइप रो वेजिटेबल हमर हो नै तो जेते बेले टीका प्रोडक्शन हे जिबे धरंतु कैबेज अछि अपन जिबे कि नमाल जिबे कि ई सब एरिया जिबे एते एते प्रमाण रे कैबेज खोजे आउ सेटा मार्केट रे माने ग्लोटे हे जिबो कि एते प्रमाण रे आसी जिबो तो नेचुरली द रेट विल गो डाउन सो हमर सी लोकल डिमांड मोर और लेस प्रति जगह रे चासी माने तांकर जिंस नै करे आसुचंती बिकुचंती आ ओडिसा रे एबडी सिचुएशन बहुत कम अछि जोटा आपण कहू ताको लोकल डिमांड मैच करिवा इन केस ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर प्रोड्यूस मु कहबी आउ इन बिकॉज ऑफ द डिस्ट्रिब्यूटर एंड गोटे ट्रेडिशनल गोटे सप्लाई चेन गोटे इस्टाब्लिश हो जाय जेमिति आपण कोटापुट जिबे से कुंडली मार्केट और सब जगह रो आंध्रा रो व्यापारी मन नै जिबे बिकॉज दैट इज वेरी क्लोज आमे ताको भुवनेश्वर आनिबा पय चेष्टा कले हुए तो किछि मात्रा रे सक्सेस आमे हवा but the distance is a big factor similarly from Bargarh Raipur is closer so एथरे बेसिकली एते सिंपल नो गुडाए जिंस एते अछि धरंतु आमे हमको चासी को करिवा पड़िबो केमेति से मार्केट र डिमांड अनुଯାयी से आउ तापरे गोटे जो सीजनालिटी अछि बहुत समय रे हमर ऑफ सीजन रे जो जो जिंस दरकार होची हमर लोकली प्रोडक्शन होनी एटा सेगुडा सब बाहर आसी तो जदि आमे डाइवर्सिफाइड करबा ताहले गुडाए बेनिफिट चासी मानन को आसी पारिबो एते वर्तमान इंडिया सारा वेजिटेबल कल्टीवेशन रे गुडाए एडवांस टेक्नोलॉजी यूज होची जेमे प्रोटेक्टेड कल्टीवेशन अछि क्रीपर स्प्रे ट्रॉली सिस्टम अछि तापरे सीडलेस सीडलिंग र कांसेप्ट अछि जोटरे गुडे यूनिफॉर्म प्रोडक्शन आउ क्वालिटी ऑफ माने जो सीडलिंग्स इंश्योर करा जाय पारिबो lot of things are there it is not that simple but yes we are now trying to गुडाए वर्तमान अपन माने जदि देखिबे कोविड रे ये जो लॉकडाउन इन समय रे हमर प्रति जिल्ला रे एसएचजी माने अर्बन सेंटर अछि छोटा जगह अछि मार्केट अछि से जगह रे दुकान लगाई करी इवन होम डिलीवरी करी से माने परिबा देई चंदी सब जगह so lot of possibilities are there एबे हमें गोटे जिंस वर्तमान वर्क करूछु we are trying to assess the probable production बहुत समय रे से नॉलेज पे हम पाकर न था जे केते हमरो टमाटर बाहरिबो केते हमर चिली बाहरिबो केते हमर जिंजर की केते कोन तो सेटा हमें प्रोड्यूसर ग्रुप और एसएचजी क्लस्टर माध्यम रे गोटे टेक्नोलॉजी यूज करी ऐप यूज करी केते सोइंग हेज केते माने लोक माने लगाई संती फार्म रे जेमिति कि तार प्रोबेबल प्रोडक्शन केते आस्तिबो ये असेसमेंट हमें टाइमली कले हमें मार्केट भी खोजी पारिबा हमें देखि पारिबा को एरिया रे धरंतु माने एवरेज को एरिया रे अधिका हेची कि कोटी टमाटर कम हेची देन वी कैन मैप looking at the distance looking at all these things so locally Vartan naturally within the block or within the district lot of things are happening without our knowledge but ଯଦି ଆମକୁ ଗୋଟେ multiplier ମାନେ ଗୋଟେ transformative ଯଦି changes ଦେଖିବାର ଅଛି ତାହେଲେ we should think about exports we should think about packaging think about supplying to the outside the state and for that we need to make them competitive क्योंकि परिवार बहुत कम मार्जिन रहुची
ଆଉ ଯଦି ଗୋଟେ ଦିନ ଡେରି ହେଇଗଲା କି ମାନେ କଣ ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ହେଇଗଲା ତାହେଲେ ସବୁ ନଷ୍ଟ ହେଇଯାଉଛି. Lot
Sir,
of
ଟିକେ
factors
interrupt
are
କରିବି.
there. I don't want to
Sir,
argue
ଟିକେ
with
interrupt
you. I
କରିବି.
got your point.
Sir,
We
नहीं sir,
can
मैं
work
interrupt
on
करिବି.
this.
It is not all about only vegetable, sir. ये केवल vegetable ପାଇଁ ନୁହେଁ. Suppose ଆପଣ କପଡ଼ା କଥା ଚିନ୍ତା କରନ୍ତୁ. ଆମର ଆପଣ କଲିକତା ଗଲେ ମଙ୍ଗଳା ଘାଟ ଅଛି. ଆପଣ ବିଜୟନଗରମ ଗଲେ there is a cloth mandi. ଆପଣ କିନ୍ତୁ ଓଡ଼ିଶାରେ କୌଣସି କପଡ଼ା ମଣ୍ଡି
I
ନାହିଁ.
give you example. I give you see जो interventions ଅଛି ତାକୁ ତା संगे संगे thousands and lakhs of entrepreneurs should also get into all these domains so that ତାଙ୍କର support ରେ ଗୋଟେ ଇକୋସିଷ୍ଟମ କ୍ରିଏଟ ହବ କୋଉଠି ଆପଣ ମାନେ ଦେଖିବେ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆରେ ଏଇ ପ୍ରୋସେସ ଟା ଆଗେଇଛି ସେଥିରେ lot of elements have played roles. So naturally ଆପଣ ଯାହା କହୁଛନ୍ତି that is principally we can work on that, but there are a lot of other factors also which are there. I am positive we are working on that, and that is what will bring in changes in future.
Okay, thank you, sir. We people are there, and people, some consultants are there also. They can support. कि मतलब अगर how can we design a good web application and how can we do these tasks? अगर sir your department will open up and if you can invite some people, I think there are some resourceful people in OCF. OCF में बहुत ज़्यादा resourceful बंदे हैं, those can give you consultancy and can help your department
Asantu,
to accomplish this task.
Discuss. We will work together, no problem.
Thank you, sir.
Next, sir. Hello.
Any other question?
हाँ सर केवल आम पचार आमर ओसीएफ रु आमर अच्छा बहुत भाई भौणी मैंने अच्छा जदि किए पचारे ओसीएफ आज्ञा ठीक है सर क्लोज करिवे
हेलो
Okay. Can you see me?
सर गोटे क्वेश्चन खाली बुझा थिला
हां कोन
हेलो सर मोर बुझा थिला सर वो काली विषय तो पूरी कहूचे
आगे कोन
हेलो
सुबुची आपण कोंतु
सर एटा एसएचजी माने इंडिविजुअल एंटरप्रेन्योर पे किछ अछि ना खाली एसएचजी बना पे ना
आपण कोठी अछंते बोते बहुत साउंड होउची एक्चुअली
नहीं सर मोर डिस्ट्रो होने सर आउट तादे ऑन की आउट म्यूट ऑन म्यूट कर दीजंते
हां हां कोन
सर मोर खाली क्वेश्चन तला ओली रिगार्डिंग एसएचजी ना सिंगल एंटरप्रेन्योर पे किछ भी अचीव करो
गोपेक अपॉर्चुनिटी एसएचजी सिंगल एंटरप्रेन्योर्स आउ एफपीओ समस्त को पई अछि त आपण
सर मोर जस्ट क्वेश्चन कोटा बुझातला सर मोर कंपनी ला ओडिसा रे फास्ट बांबो स्टिक तयारी करतला धूपगढ़ी भाई 2007 रो मोर यूनिट चलतला किंतु अनफॉर्चुनेटली कोन प्रकार सपोर्ट न मिलरो मो बांबो यूनिट कोलैप्स हो गला तापे म बहुत प्रॉब्लम भी फेस करली म घर बेसी जाय गला किंतु मोर निज इंडिविजुअल पैसा रे म करथली तापर जनरली म देखु जे एमएसएमई रो जो ट्रेनिंग होउचे मु भी किछ ट्रेनिंग करूचे ऑर्गेनाइज करूचे जेन्युइन एंटरप्रेन्योर को फाइनेंशियल तो कोर्स लोन मिलु नाही जेन्युइन जो माने करियो चाहउचंती तांको जे पॉलिटिकल सपोर्ट नाही तांको तो लोन मिलुनी केमती एंटरप्रेन्योर केम सस्टेन
excuse me, I will like to take the point from
Sir.
OCF on behalf of OCF.
Okay.
So this is exactly the reason why we have formed OCF, to understand the problems faced by entrepreneurs, go deep into it and try to bring them out of the problems that they are facing. The problems could be for varied reasons. So if you have an issue, you can come down to our office. We'll take a detailed discussion with you, and accordingly, wherever the solution lies, we will try to connect you there. Our own internal team might be able to assist you for that.
Sir, thank you. Sir, give detail on your mail, sir. Then contact. Thank you, sir.
Already
Thank you,
our
Guru sir.
chat box रे दे देछु यू OCF रो contact number आपण chat box रे देखंतु लिखा हिची
sir
आउथर मत लिखि दबु
sir टिके दे दो sir
एबे क्लोज करबा
sir टिके दे दो contact बेटर होता sir टिके
हां मो लिखि दउछु सर मु भाबु जे पटनायक सर हमें एबे बंद करबा गुरु भाई कोन कहउचंती
Yes,
नाते
yes.
I think we should close now.
Yes, sir. Time is exceeding. We should close now. Yes, sir.
सुनील भाई अछंती सुनील हेलो
हेलो सुना जाउची
हां हां
Can you hear me?
आजिरो yes सर आपण क्लोज करियो
अच्छा ओके आज आमे जो वेबिनार रे एते लोक पार्टिसिपेट कले समस्त को धन्यवाद देबे एथि पई जे विभिन्न पर्सपेक्टिव रे
Mr. Ajit Bara, please mute yourself.
सर कोंतु
मिस्टर राजेश पाटिल जो कहले जे ओडिशा लाइवलीहुड मिशन रो ऑब्जेक्टिव कोन एवं तांकर जो संख्या रे से मान सहायता करिया पई चेष्टा करछंती वुमेन सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप मानकू एवं की प्रकार रे ओसीएफ तांको सहायता करि परिबो आ विभिन्न पर्सपेक्टिव यूएनडीपी थरु आरंभ करी हमर विभिन्न प्रकार जो कंसल्टेंसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस अछंती मिस्टर होता भी तांका प्रेजेंटेशन रे कहिसंती सो मेनी एते गुड़िया दृष्टिकोण रु लोक कहिसंती जे मु समस्त को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देवी कारण एटा केवल गोटे निर्दिष्ट निज अनुष्ठान विषय रे केवल लोके कहिनांती कोन करा जाई पारियो सामग्रिक भाव रे सामूहिक भाव रे से विषय मध्ये आलोचना करा जाईची हमर गोटे सबुठ बड़ चैलेंज मु वर्तमान जहा देखुची जहा कि सुधांशु किछटा मध्ये से विषय रे कहिसंती मिस्टर पाटिल भी कहितले प्रथम रु जे हमर सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप मानकर रूरल लाइवलीहुड्स टाकू टिके विकसित करिवा पई हेले हमकू मार्केटिंग ऊपर बहुत किछि ध्यान देबाक पड़िबो एवं सेति पई बहुत किछि काम करिया पड़िबो अच्छा मार्केटिंग होउची केवल स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट यू हैव टू गो बैकवर्ड्स एक्चुअली आपण गोटे प्रोडक्ट जे कोनोसी प्रोडक्ट को नै कि मार्केटिंग करि परिबे नाही ताकू जदि आपण देश रे किंबा देश बाहर मार्केट करिया पई चाहिबे ताहले तार गुडाए स्टेप्स अछि जोटा कि एक्सपर्ट माने निश्चित भाव रे से विषय अधिक धारणा दे परिबे जे हमर केमते स्टैंडर्डाइज करिवा प्रोडक्ट से प्रोडक्ट रे कोनोसी प्रकार रो जेंती माने ये नथिवो गोडी नथिवो बाली नथिवो किछि प्रकार एडमिक्सचर नथिवो से प्रोडक्ट एका भलिया हिथिवो एवं से प्रोडक्ट रो गोटे किछि कैरेक्टर थिवो एवं सेतरे कोनोसी प्रकार रो कंटामिनेंट्स नथिवो ए बडी भाबरे अनेक गुडी स्टेप्स अछि एवं एवरीथिंग रिक्वायर्स ए प्रोफेशनल अप्रोच तेणु आमर ओसीएफ रे जो सब प्रोफेशनल्स अछंती कंसल्टेंट्स अछंती सेमाने समस्ते प्रति ध्यान देबे बोली मोर धारणा जे निर्दिष्ट भाव रे जदि आमे केतटी प्रोडक्ट को धरिबा केतटी एसएचजीस को आमे मेंटरिंग करिवा को चाहिबा ताहेले होयत आमे ओटा शोकेस करि परिबा जे ओसीएफ किबळी भाव रे रूरल एंटरप्रेन्योर मान को सहायता करि परछि एवं किबळी भाव
सर आमे जिबो सुधांशु बाबू संगे प्रिलिमिनरी डिस्कशन करिवु I and some few people will go. Tapre will brief you, sir, on this.
Okay. From marketing, they have technology, kemti tara production technologies taku ame streamline kari pariba, standardize kari pariba. What kind of SOPs can be developed? All these are, things which OCF and the experts can do. Mu बहुत धन्यवाद समस्तों को देवी. Even I am personally very very enriched by the deliberations. I must thank Patil and all the people who have participated from different walks of life. Even more asa, in the coming days, we will be able to do something concrete to make this movement broad-based. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Sir, namaskar. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
You too. It was very good. Very much. Sir.
Thank you, sir. Sir, उससे नंबर टा सर
ओसीएफ नंबर टा चैट बॉक्स देखंतु ऑलरेडी दिया सर
चैट बॉक्स रे देखंतु ओसीएफ रो नंबर एठी दिया है जी सर
थैंक यू सर
ओके ताले लीव करियो एथरो
हां
सर पाउनी तो
एठी देखंतु चार्ट रे लिखा छै 9769969150
ठीक सर
ओके
किछि कहबी हेलो
हां सर कोंतु कोंतु
हां परमानंद प्रधान कहते भवानीपटना रे
हां 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 परमानंद को थैंक यू को तोर क्वेश्चन थिला कि तोर क्वेश्चन थिला कि
हम बहुत गुडी क्वेश्चन थिला किंतु समय मिलला नहीं
सुन नहीं नो प्रॉब्लम तुम गोटे काम कर हमर ओसीएफ रो ये रे जीमेल रे दियो सो दैट हमें काटू तुम चाहूतलो सेटू नहीं आसीबा डोंट वरी कारण ओसीएफ रो कनेक्शन रे तुम चाहूरी पुनी असुविधा किछ नहीं
किछ असुविधा नहीं आपण गोटे क्वेरी रेज करंतु हमें आपण को नै जबो आगो
मु तो ओसीएफ
जीमेल रे
संगे
हां मु जानि बट जहा जहा कोरी थिला कौन बोली भाबुतल कौन क्वेश्चन पचारतांत बोली भाबुतल का को सर को पचारतांत
पाटिल सर को पाके थिला क्वेश्चन
अच्छा ओके नहीं कथा कोन कि 7टा परे हे गलानी तो तन पाटिल सर को
डेफिशिएंट टाइम सॉरी गला था एक्चुअली
हां नहीं गोटे काम करबा तुमे से ओसीएफ रो मेल रे जहा कोरी तुम क्वेश्चन थिला टिके पठाओ सो दैट हमें सारन को पचार के नहीं आसीबा
ठीक अछि प्रेमानंद सर
फॉलो करबा
प्रेमानंद सर
बंद करबा
हां आपण को ऐड करंतु अमित कहउतली
अमित ये
हां नहीं मु देख सर सुनील भाई कोन कहउचंत की
नहीं बस क्विट करबा टाइम हे गेला
ओके
तो धन्यवाद समस्त को क्विट करबा
थैंक यू ऑल
ओके
यस सर